Welcome to the call-in show, weekly call-in show. As you can see already, I know the comments are going to start coming. Where's Grizz? Where's Grizz? Listen, Grizz was in the trenches trying to help that Liverpool midfield today, but listen, he's tired, so he can't make it right now. Maybe he'll jump in later. Who knows? So stay tuned. He might come through. You never know. But it's a call-in show. I've got Zoob next to me as well. How you doing, Zoob? How you feeling? Obviously, straight off the
Um,
back of that 0-0. So yeah, how you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, man. Just talked to Grizz, hoping he call in, give us some underground updates. So it's just a Bilal Zoob's takeover for today. People hang in there. We'll get the calls moving in shortly. Not looking good for some teams, looking okay for others, but we'll chop it up, Bilal. I think your game kicked the day off, right? Ish,
Yeah, there
along
was
with
no
others.
12 o'clock. Yeah, it's 3 p.m. Kicked it off. There was a lot of 3 p.m.s. I think they're all 0-0 at half time. And then, yeah, the results came in towards the end. We'll get into our game if anyone wants to talk about it after my game. My head was hot, to be honest, man. We won, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. And it has to do with this Premier League referees. I'm tired. And I don't. If someone brings that topic up, we can talk about it. So it depends on
Nah,
the
it seems
callers.
like you want to talk about it, but we'll see what the people want to talk about. Probably get a
Yeah.
lot of Liverpool call, man. A stale 0-0 shambolic ish. You know what I mean? Just dry. I don't even know what the atmosphere was like, but it wasn't looking too good. Big
Mm.
day for West Ham though. 4-20. We can use some of that.
Yeah, man. West Ham 4-0 after they're in the relegation battle, so that's a big result for them. Leeds beating Southampton, another big result at the bottom of the table, and then Everton losing to Aston Villa. That's going to be a bit of a sucker punch to them because I think yeah, they're in the relegation zone from what I saw, so it's not looking good for them. But it's so tight down there. Man City just doing yeah criminal stuff to Bournemouth. Bournemouth,
Nah, I think it's more like Bournemouth doing what Bournemouth does against City. They just go there, bend over, pull their pants up, walk away. That's all. That's always Bournemouth, man. I think the first fixture they had a draw.
mm,
There's no way I'm banking on Bournemouth to hold City on a draw, in two
yeah, nah.
games.
Yeah, after that first goal went in, it's one of those ones. You know, let's see what some of the comments are saying here before we get the callers in. Diona here saying Grizz hiding after talking smack all week. Yeah, man, listen,
Hey.
Grizz, they're calling you out. I know where you really are, but I don't care. It's agendas. They got to run. They got
Yeah,
to
you
run.
got to
Where's
run with the
Grizz?
agendas, man, because we've seen this before. We've seen people call in, checks out, don't really match up, and then we don't see them again. I think it's fair to say Grizz is running with that narrative, and I mean, who can blame him at this point? Unless he calls in and tell us what's really going on, we'll leave it there.
Yeah,
Um,
don't go anywhere. So yeah, man, the comments, man, keep on coming. And yeah, guys, the link for the stream or to call in is in the chat. So it's pinned, I believe, at the top. So just click on that, join in, and give us your opinions. Doesn't have to just be about Liverpool, Arsenal, etc. Whatever you want to talk about, even if it's about not about politics, but just talk football, but whatever it is, just come in and we can talk about it. And I'll go through a few more comments here. Stefan saying here, we have now reached a point where we are forced to play Trent in the midfield if picked. Unfortunately, it is not possible to defend anything else anymore. League Two level game tonight, Reds. What do you think about that? About Trent today, subbed off? Like he had two embarrassing moments that could have turned, like Mateta, if he could finish today, the highlight reel or the fail comp reels will be coming out for Trent, man. What do you think?
Listen, it's a lot to unpack from that comment still. Man said League Two level game. League Two level. I don't know, man. I think there's more fight in League Two, man.
It's a
Today
tough
was
watch.
just it was a tough watch because there wasn't a lot going forward. But what did you expect when you see Naby, Millie, and Hendo? That's not a forward going midfield.
Mm.
I mean, you might be like, okay, out of the three, Naby should be doing something going forward. But outside of him, what else is going forward in the midfield? That's an anti-football midfield right there. At that point, I was hoping to see Jones come on, but then what was he gonna come on and do? So it's just one of them things, man. The sub at halftime kind of sums it up. Elliott came in, showed some intent going forward. Creativity was lacking, man. You know what the performance remind me of? No disrespect to
Mm.
anyone who's doing this, but it's like you frying chicken with just salt and pepper, and not even a whole lot, just a little sprinkle. That's what today's performance look like. But we'll get the callers in, let the people them get what they got to get off their chest. You know, won't ramble on too long. But League Two, I'll take championship. Would you say championship performance, Bilal?
It was, yeah, kind of something a bit like a championship game. To be honest, right, we'll get into Liverpool more, but I thought it was bad. But sometimes when there was a bit of hope, the last few games, Everton, you go, oh, yeah, maybe they'll do something. That Real Madrid game, and I'm like, get Gomez out. Where's Matip? Bring him in. Matip plays. I'm like, Matip's not doing it. The midfield, I'm looking at it. Bring Fabinho in. Fabinho, see, he comes on. The guy is trying to get sent off. He's trying to go home straight away. I'm like, what's he doing? So for me, like, I'm looking at the whole Liverpool situation, and what summed it up today even more. There was one guy in my team, Lokonga. You saw him today, bossing it for Palace. I couldn't believe my eyes. Look, I was like, is that the same guy that I was not making fun of, but I wasn't happy with, right? At Arsenal just a few
You said
weeks
he was
ago.
bossing it,
Bro. He was bossing it, man. He was showing me something, man. I couldn't believe my eyes. You don't understand how little I've rated what he's been doing at Arsenal. Like so bad, so bad. I can't even put it into words. And then I see him against Liverpool, and I'm like, yo, he's got something. But then I'm thinking, is it him or is it Liverpool? So now I'm a bit confused. It's one of those ones. Is it him? So I need to watch him a bit more now. I need to watch him for the next few more games. And
keep an
see
eye
what
on
he's
him. I
doing.
rate him, but I don't think our midfield offered him much of a challenge. Like I said, we have men like Endo out there, and you know what? I'll use this to rip on a couple of the players, but people don't take it beyond here. You know what I mean? I can do this. It's my team. I always criticize them heavy. Bro, Hendo's passing the ball back and running back. When he passes it forward, he's walking. Milner, he ain't really going forward much. You know, they don't offer much forward. So when you're talking about your Lakanga, what challenge did he really have today? You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you see something positive, yeah, pull him back to Arsenal, man, and see how quick you slip up.
No.
As far as the midweek performance,
yeah.
I was hoping nobody bring that one up still. So I can
Someone will bring it up. You know what? Let's just get in straight with the calls, and we'll get Avinash in the building. Avinash, hope you're ready, bro. So we'll get you in here. How you doing?
Hey guys, I'm doing good. How are you?
Hey, big up Avinash. How are you, man?
Yeah, looks like you're holding fort without Grizz today.
Yeah. Now we're
Grizz is with
down.
Firmino's dad. I think it was Firmino. Do you see the picture?
Yeah, was it Bobby's dad? Was it the real Bobby's dad though?
Grizz, yeah, tell us, is that really for? Yeah, we don't believe it, man. We don't believe it.
Was he
Never heard about Firmino's dad until I saw Grizz pick. But hey, big up to you, Grizz. But yeah, it's just us, Avinash. What you got going on, man? How you feeling today? How did you find the game? How did you find the week?
Yeah. I know you just mentioned that nobody's going to bring up the midweek, but I'm afraid I'll have to. For me, I've learned nothing new from this week. So some of the biggest takeaways for me were, firstly, I remember coming in October and saying, we need to get out of the cycle of showing a reaction for a couple of games and then becoming shit again. And we are in February, and we're still doing that. So it's been the story of our season. It's one step forward, two steps back. Again, two good results, and there's positivity, and you think we might be on the way back, and then that week happens. The other thing is, I don't know how many more depths we're going to plumb this season, because it feels like every time, it started with getting battered by Napoli away from home, but we've lost against Napoli before. That can happen. Then, we lose back-to-back games to relegation fodder. That's like a new depth. That's like a new low. Then we lose to Wolves away from home, 3-0. That's a new low. And you think, okay, finally, we can't get any lower than this. I remember thinking the only thing that can be worse from now on is if we get battered at home. And lo and behold, it happens in midweek. Conceding 5, I mean, it's just embarrassing. I don't even know what to say. So, again, I don't know where this is going to end. I don't know, again, like I said, how much lower can we go? I can't think of any other scenarios, but I'm sure we'll find something. And the other thing is, we can't play in more than 20-minute spells. Like, it's crazy. 20 minutes against Newcastle, 20 minutes against Madrid, and even today, like, we started well, 20 minutes in the first half, probably 20 minutes in the second half. But that's about it. After that, teams realize that, they're not that good. They can be got at. I don't know why Palace were so passive today at the start. I don't know, it's almost like they've not watched us all season. And the moment and that's the other thing, right? The moment they crank up the intensity, we just go to pieces. We can't control games anymore. Especially for me, the last two games showed two different issues. I mean, of course, we're still talking about the midfield primarily. In midweek, it was the complete lack of protection. They just went to pieces in the second half. Once that third goal went in, especially the issues that we've seen all season came back. Today, it was more the lack of options. I'm looking at the last 30 minutes. This is not like, we've dropped points to teams home and away from home in the past. But that's not Liverpool in the last 30 minutes when we are chasing a goal. Where is the wave after wave of pressure? Where is that inevitability, the feeling that, one's going to go in? We barely got 3 passes together in the last 30 minutes. There was just no forward pass on. They constantly kept turning back. And that's partly because, of course, we saw that midfield today. The lack of quality is just mind-boggling. The number of times we were going backwards. And there's a lack of movement as well because people are not really expecting these players to progress the ball and move it forward. So across the board, everything is off sync. So, yeah, I mean, where do we go from here? Again, we know it's the same issue.
Can I ask you a question, Avinash? So Klopp has been saying this, I think, in the past 3 games. Say, we'll take the good things. Are you seeing any good thing? Did you see any good thing in the last 3 games against Newcastle, Real Madrid, and today? Because he's saying there's good things. I don't see a lot, but maybe I missed something. Did I miss something?
Look, I think definitely Everton and Newcastle were positive, right? I mean, we all agreed that, of course, the result dictates a lot of this. At the end of the day, we got to remember that the result dictates a lot of how we see the game. Because Newcastle, we won 2-0. We were 2-0 up inside 20 minutes, and then we were not very good. But the result obviously clouds that a little bit, and it makes sense, right? I mean, going away to a difficult place and winning. And in midweek, after the game, I was in no mood to see any positives. It was like, this is shambolic. This is embarrassing. There's absolutely nothing to take from this. But then, once you get over the result, I did see something there. I thought the first half was good. The first 20 minutes was obviously really good. It was like an Anfield European night. The energy was there. The crowd got behind us. We scored the goals. And we gave away a couple of cheap ones, sure. But overall, the first half was decent. So there was something there. But today, honestly, I can't see it. Again, maybe a couple of days later, I might think, it's a clean sheet. What is the 3rd clean sheet in a row in the league? So maybe there's something there. There was probably protection was a little bit better. There was a little bit more intensity. We were not allowing them to walk through the midfield. But there were other issues that showed up today where, just the lack.
Okay. I want to show you a comment, and I'm doing this out of banter. So I just want to know what you think about this comment right here, because I always say, let's get to 42 to 52 points so we know we're at least safe from relegation before we start talking about top 4. And this was back in Christmas. It was just a little joke between me and my other Liverpool friends. Now, Divas Wale is saying 40 points should be the aim for Liverpool, nothing else. How do you feel about that right there?
I mean, that's just banter, isn't it? 40 points. We'll get to 40 points, but I'd almost rather get to 40 points and stop. At least, we'll have that feeling of staying up. This season is in danger of petering out to nothingness. Like, we'll end up with mid-50s or early 60s, which is basically nothing. It's like a mid-table finish. So it's almost like, it's still banter. Of course, I don't want us to be in a relegation battle or anything, but yeah, that's kind of where it is. It's neither here nor there. The season we have nothing to play for. And if we are not making a push for the top 4, it's a write-off, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Can still finish in the Europa League spot, though, surely. Top 6. Because, honestly, the position you don't want to finish is 7th because you play Conference League. That's the one, that's the real trenches. No one wants to be in there. So, in a way, the position you are now, I would say if I was, obviously, if it was my team in that position, I wouldn't want to finish 7th. I would be looking either finish below or finish above. It's one of those. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I'm not sure I want to finish in the Europa League either, but
yeah, a lot of people are trying to avoid the Europa League. Look, Avinash, it's been great. We'll get some other callers in. We'll see what they're saying, what they want to talk about. But it shouldn't peter out to nothingness. As long as there's more games, they'll be open. All right. So just take a deep breath, exhale, and we'll go again, man. We'll try to string something along. Maybe a strong
I'm
finish.
still hoping we can win the next 2 games. That'll be 7 points. I was looking at 7 points from these 3 games, thinking, budgeting a draw versus United. We can still get 7 points. Now we have to beat United. So, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. You just have to keep your hopes up. This is the way.
2 home games, Wolves, Man United.
You just got to beat both.
Yeah, it's something. You need to beat Man United. That's not it's not negotiable. It's one of those ones. You need to do it. From my side as well. I'm pushing you guys. Yeah, we'll see tomorrow what they do as well. But yeah, I think you made some good points there. Especially, it's one of those ones. I know how it feels, obviously. My team, Arsenal, I know how it feels being in that position. And you're like, is it going to get any worse? And then it's like, sometimes it just gets worse again. You don't really see the light at the end of the tunnel. But at the end of the day, football can change quickly. And we've seen it for many teams and many clubs. So it might be tough short term, but long term, you never know, right? So that's the game that we play. And that's the game that we all follow. And that's why we're all invested in it. But Avinash, anything else you want to add? Maybe that before you maybe forget or anything?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, that's pretty much it. I guess it hits harder because we've been so good. And then this team has a way of dropping off a cliff. We did that during the COVID season. Obviously, there were extenuating circumstances, but they just completely lose their confidence and their mentality overnight. I don't know what it is. In general, with Klopp teams, even in his past at Dortmund, when things go bad, they really go bad. And then slowly you start picking up momentum. So I'm just kind of hoping something like that happens. And again, summer, we have to make signings. I think that's clear. 2 midfield signings, and it looks like we need a centre back as well now. I wasn't thinking about that, but yeah.
Is it just centre back? Yeah, that's the last question I'll give you then. What do you think? We know the midfield. We've talked about that since the summer, like midfield. But are you looking at even the centre back situation and also right back? Is that potentially a position? Because I've seen some people today with Trent, his recent form. There's not much competition. You end up playing Milner there. Is that something you're worried about as well?
Yeah, centre back definitely. After midweek, I can't ignore it anymore. Joe Gomez has had 3 or 4 Hall of Shame performances this season, like complete disaster class. He's had some good games, but when he's been bad, he's been really bad. And I don't think he's slowly sleepwalked into becoming a bit of a car crash of a centre back. I don't know how that's happened, but I don't know if we can rely on him anymore. And Joel Matip, obviously, he's another one who's fallen off a cliff. Feels like his legs have gone. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Do we look to move him on? Do we keep him another year? I don't know. But basically, it's just Van Dijk and Konate. And Konate is getting injured too often. Van Dijk, I don't know. Are we going to see the best of him again? But even like a Van Dijk who's not at his absolute prime best is still something. But yeah, I think we need a centre-back. That's it. It's quite simple now. 2 midfielders and a centre-back minimum is what I'm seeing. So yeah, this is kind of what's been happening. One problem looks like it's going away and the other one pops up. It's just the story of our season. So let's see what happens in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. That seems to be the running theme right now. As you said, one thing happens, another. It's a bit hard. It's like a domino effect right now. But yeah, big up for calling, Avinash, and take care. Hopefully the next time we talk to you, you're feeling a little bit more positive at the very least, man. So
yeah, big up Avinash, man.
In a bit. All right, man. So yeah, do you have anything you want to add before we get the next caller in?
I never thought we would need a centre back. I'll definitely make a note of it. Avinash brought up the centre back point because we have Gomez and there's Ibu, very young. So I've saw some rumors about this Carvalho guy from I think it's Leipzig to play left back. So I don't know if he's going to be like a left-footed centre back that we kind of bring in that can, challenge Robbo as well. Maybe that's something that we're not really paying attention to, that Klopp is trying to like sneakily fix. But I wouldn't want no other position get addressed until we address the midfield. I don't want one midfield, one centre back, because that's how they try to do it, and that's only going to make the owners look bad. So I'd rather them show up the midfield and then give the centre back maybe January to the following year to see if it's really a centre back issue, because you take the middle of the pitch out and you just have attackers and centre backs. Centre backs have no protection. Attackers have no supplier. So fix the midfield before you fix anything else. You don't want to be, trying to patch up leaks all over the place and don't really address the problem. So that's what I'll add to that. Avinash, if you're still here, just let's focus on the midfield. and we'll see how the centre backs fare from a very good midfield.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it as well because sometimes there's so many problems. Instead of just going haphazard, this and that position, sometimes we just focus on one bit, make that strong, and then see where the rest just falls after that. But yeah, let's get the next caller in. Karen, you ready? Yep. Can see you here. All right, bro. We're gonna get you in. All right, man. How you doing?
I'm good, Bilal. Assalamu alaikum, Bilal and Zuberi. It's 4 a.m. In the morning
Hey,
in
big up,
India.
man.
Big up.
4 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a rough morning.
Rough. And
Hopefully it's not too rough.
a really rough one after watching the match. And congratulations to Bilal. The team won against Leicester. That was the match. They played really well, Arsenal. They are on some run, seriously.
Would
Yeah,
you say
man.
that's a
We're
run of
doing all right.
champions, grinding out them little 1-0 wins?
Oh, that was crazy. The way they defended, the way they attacked. I mean, I was this is there's something going on, and this could be the season because Liverpool and Chelsea have not been playing well. Manchester United have like slowly been coming up, but they're not really there to be able to compete or to go till the end with Arsenal and the likes of Manchester City. So it's just between City and Arsenal, and I feel Arsenal is going to win the league this season.
Oh,
Are you
see, but
confident? Because they're only 2 points off. Arsenal. Because here's the thing, Bilal. Maybe you can
The
chime in on.
momentum is with Arsenal for sure. The momentum it just looks like the momentum is with them. And after I seen City play against Leipzig, they're not really creating that many chances, to be honest.
Yeah, because Bilal and another guy, I forgot, it might have been. No, he was a man. There was another guy calling, and it was like, "Yo, we need Trossard through the middle." And I'm like, I'm not sure if that's gonna work. So, Bilal, how did you feel about it today? Because that was the play today, right? Trossard starting down the
yeah,
middle. Are you confident about it? Because now it's fulfilled the fantasy of him through the middle. Do you think you guys can go on with him through the middle, or what do
yeah.
you
No,
think?
Trossard. Yeah, Trossard looked very good today. Exactly what I expected, especially through that middle. Sometimes obviously drifting to the left because he's used to playing there, and then letting Martinelli. That's how the goal was scored. Obviously, Trossard was on the left. Martinelli kind of made the run inside and scored. Trossard is what it is. He's a footballer, man. He's both footed. He can turn in and out. You can give him the ball. Like Jorginho, since coming to the team, he's always looking to do the forward pass. And Trossard's one of those guys you can hit it into, and the ball's gonna stick. Sometimes, if you hit it to Nketiah, it's not really his game. It's not the best thing he can do. But Trossard, because he's used to playing intricate football, playing that false nine kind of makes sense. And with Jesus obviously out as well, soon to be back, hopefully, I think he just fits us in that position for now. So yeah, I want that to continue. I really liked what I saw from him. He's a top player. He scored a banger today, man. If I'm telling you, if it wasn't for these refs, they're trying to tell me Ben White is fouling people, holding people's hands, but he scored a great goal despite it being disallowed. And yeah, it was a good performance by him. But Karen, is there anything you wanted to talk about specifically today? Not just Arsenal, anything else as well?
Yeah. I'm a Liverpool fan. It was a dreadful night, to be honest. I mean, our right side got cooked like very easily. I'm not sure what the problem is with Matip right now. He is so out of confidence, and I understand Gomez has played very badly in the Champions League and got cooked as well. So and Ibu is injured, and I'm not really sure. There's a disbalance between the two centre back parents, and that is why even Trent always needs support. Like he can't go one on one with the wingers, and he needs support, and he's not getting that support either. So all the team just go long ball to Trent, attack that side, and try to create a goal. And it's just bad to see our midfield the way they played. I mean, in 2023, we're talking about Henderson, Milner, and Keita. Keita, who's always injured. Milner is 36, and Henderson is so out of form right now. He still tries to give his best, but he's so out of form. This should not be allowed, to be honest. Because when I see my midfield playing, they just can't turn. They can't move swiftly like Thiago does, and get away from the midfielders who are pressing on them and try to give the ball to the forward line. And when I see Crystal Palace players, Crystal Palace, respect to them, but the way their midfield plays was like they're just moving constantly, creating spaces for their attackers, for their other midfielders. And I was like, you you can't even shift your body a little bit and try to give the ball to attackers. I mean, that was so bad, to be honest. And I also have a question: do you really think that Roberts, we also need a left back Zuberi, because Robertson has been playing a lot of games, and I somehow feel that Smika's Costas is not being given a chance because his form has stepped, or Klopp does not trust him in these games, because right now every game is a Champions League game for us, like Klopp said. And Robertson needs because I see he's the only defender in the back line who's been pressing, who's been constantly on the run, who's been involving in attacks, who's been doing a lot of stuff, shows that aggression till 90 minutes, which a lot of other players have not shown this entire season.
Yeah, I agree with you on Robertson. I don't want to blame him individually because it's a team game, and I'm pretty sure if we had a solid, more dependable midfield, we wouldn't see some of the flaws in his game. I'm starting to notice when there's a switch on for Trent or Salah out wide, they don't let the ball bounce and then take it on him. Like they go to the ball, they're trapping that ball either at the bounce or before the bounce. Robbo has to wait for the ball. So then that allows him to be closed down. It allows the play to catch up to him on that side. He's not stepping to the ball. He's not really taking control of the ball. And it's only, I think, because he's just left-footed and he's very limited in the way he plays and control and retains the ball. Driving with the ball is good. Some of his crosses is good. Link-up plays are good. But I think his problems is now being highlighted because of the midfield. The midfield isn't really dynamic enough to help him also go forward and be in the right places. Now he's even running down the flank, and you're like, you're better off staying back because we don't have a midfield that's dynamic enough to allow you to play his game. And it's kind of the same for Trent. It's just they're just being exploited in different ways. We can definitely improve upon them with a more sure center back. Simicast, he's not really getting a real run of game, so it's really tough to say what's really going on there. I wouldn't change any one of those positions, the center backs or left back, until the midfield is sorted out. You mentioned Milner, Fab, and Thiago playing. That's not really a great midfield. Like there's lack of creativity in there. We've never lorded over Keita for his assists or final third pass. Hendo with the backstick pass, I'm kind of glad he didn't do one in this game because it would have just been another pointless backstick pass. So fix the midfield, gut it out, and then we can really start assessing all these deficiency within the squad. But left back is definitely looking unsure. Like it's not a position that we're looking like, okay, that's a solid position. Salah, we can even say the same about him, but it all stems from the midfield. And that's why most of the fans have been crying out for a midfield, man. It's really telling how it's affecting the defense and the offense. But me personally, just sticking with the manager and the manager saying, yo, we're good at midfield. I'm like, well, if you're saying we're good at midfield, let's get an extra attacker. So they got the extra attacker, and it's not really helping because we really should have dealt with the midfield. I hope that answers your questions and your concern, but that's what I think. As far as the center back comment and linking up with Trent, something ain't right there. I don't think the players are playing for each other anymore. There's whether it's Gomez or Trent, Matip or Trent, it doesn't look right. It really
It doesn't sit right, to be honest.
Yeah, Bill, I don't know if
Because
you from the outside, but there seems to be a disconnect with the right back and that right-sided center back.
It's scary looking at that right hand.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Yeah, I didn't understand some of the things they were doing. Trent, some of the passes, it's so like basic stuff. Are they under pressure? I know obviously they're being pressed by the other team. Obviously, that's why they're doing these mistakes. But at the same time, you expect that every player, and especially these guys who've been doing it for years and years and years, they've been dealing with that sort of pressure. So I don't understand how they keep doing the same mistakes. They look so nervous. They look so out of place. And with Matip, he seemed a little bit nervous at times in doing a few odd things. With Trent, I don't know if it's nerves or it's like he's not. I don't want to say someone's not giving 100%, but it's like he's not fully there. If that makes sense, it's like he's just playing. He's just there, like physically, his body's there, but mentally, he's somewhere else. I don't think he's fully concentrating because some of these things, I feel like if you're just 100% on it, you want to do your job properly, you wouldn't be doing some of the things that they're doing. But yeah, that right hand side, and it's a target, and they're getting targeted now, by other teams constantly, week in, week out. Maybe again, that's another thing. Maybe Trent feels like every single week, every team is coming to his side. They're coming to put the pressure on his side. He's like, you know what? It's too much. It's too much. Maybe he's human as well. We got to give him that, and maybe he's thinking he just can't handle it at this moment in time. But I don't know, Karen, what you think about that as well. On that right hand side of defense, is it? How do you even fix that? How would you go about even fixing that? Do you think?
I really feel today when I looked at Trent, I felt that he needs a break because he just feels a little burned out, to be honest. Because the way I've seen him earlier, I've been seeing him since a lot of years, and the passes that he used to make earlier, he's not doing that because he's just so burnt out in his mind that he just feels like, okay, a straight pass would do for me for now. I'm not gonna try anything spectacular. So it's just when your mind is not really at its best, it's just difficult to do anything. Just simple passes would do, and simple passes do not get you wins. That's what I think. And he feels burned out. He really feels burnt out. He needs a rest. And unfortunately, Calvin Ramsey has been injured. He just had his operation done a few days back. I'm really hoping once he gets back, he gets a bit of competition because he feels very comfortable right now in his area. Like there's no one to compete, not compete, but there's no one who couldn't take my place for now, at least this season. But once Calvin Ramsey comes back, and I've seen him play, I think he played once or twice for us, and he looked really good. He's strong, he's physical, he has that awareness of an attacker. It's difficult to get past him. One or two times I've seen that. So I'm really hoping that Calvin Ramsey comes. And I also think Zuberi, once if Calvin Ramsey, let's say, plays really well for us and becomes very trustworthy and he starts a lot more games than often once he's back injured. Do you think Trent should be moved ahead in midfield because of the way his spectacular passes could help Nunez and Gakpo and Diaz uh, to switch the ball, to create more chances that way?
I haven't seen Ramsey played outside of Liverpool, and he haven't played a lot for Liverpool. So I don't wanna not big him up because they clearly brought him in for a reason. Whether it's just to be a deputy or actually take up the position, I wouldn't really want to bet on him to push Trent in midfield. I'd rather us get like a proper guy in. What I find to realize, we're not buying starting 11s. We're buying squad players, and then fingers crossed the squad players challenge. I think we should move away from that. We need to start buying starting players. Like, stop buying these. Oh, yo, the starting 11 is sick. Let's get a backup. Because when we do that, and then the backup isn't of that level to push the other guys, we just end up with a bunch of squad player and meaty subs coming off the bench. So I'm not saying Ramsey is meaty, but I doubt he played 5 games for us this season. I think he already has like a knee surgery.
Yeah, he's got
So
another
Yeah,
injury, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah.
yeah, I think he had a knee surgery probably this month or last month. So we might not even see him for the rest of the season, to be honest. So if you're saying go into the window and grab a right back to replace Trent and then push Trent midfield, which would then somewhat help the midfield situation, it's not a bad shout. But then who would you get as a starting 11 right back that's potentially be available? So now I'm gonna have to go do my research to see who that guy is looking like. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, if the move is to get Trent to midfield to help the midfield issue, and we're gonna say, okay, we're gonna get 2 midfielder, 1 right back, and then the third midfielder would be Trent. I would back that, but I wouldn't want to back. Yeah, let's put Ramsey there and just move Trent, because then we'll still potentially might have a right back issue.
Just so
So
confusing at our clubs, very seriously.
yeah, it is. So what
Man,
I don't want to take the pan that's covering the leak in the kitchen and go put it in the bathroom leak and then just have the kitchen leak and still. So it's one of them weird ones. So I'd rather get a starting 11 guy, first team right back, and then push Trent midfield. Which the midfield thing might not work for Trent as well. So you still would want to get at least 2 midfield guy in there. So, but I hear what you're saying. It's just I don't think it's Ramsey because I haven't seen him played much.
And
Yeah, no,
I just, yeah. Sorry, Bilal, go ahead.
yeah, no. I was just gonna say on the Ramsey thing. From my opinion, right, it's too much pressure to try and put it all on him, especially kids getting injuries as well. Liverpool, for me now, need to go sign a proper right back in the summer. Like, it doesn't even matter if he's world class. He just needs to be physical. He can stay fit and he can go up and down and just compete, right? That's all you need. It'll be an upgrade on what's happening at this moment in time. And then with Trent as well there, he might not even have to go into midfield. He can just compete for his place and try get it back the normal way, right? I don't know. And it also depends on the midfield signings as well that come in the summer. We'll see. But Karen's, anything else you want to add as well?
No, that's it. That's it. It's time to go to bed. I think it's 4:30 in the night.
I don't know. Where did you get the motivation from, man? To wake
I
up
just
that
I
time?
just love this club. Be it losing or winning, I just want to see all my matches. That's how it is. That's how it's been for about 10 years since I've
Yeah,
started
no,
following
respect.
Liverpool.
Hey,
Respect
big
for
up,
that.
Karen, man. Take care of
Big up,
yourself.
big up,
Get
big
some
up
rest if you
Zuberi,
need
big
it.
up Bilal, and say salam to Grizz as well when he comes.
No
Great call,
problem.
man. Great
All
call.
right. In a
Izzy.
bit, bro.
Take care. Allah.
In a
Bye
bit.
bye. Good night. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Billa, you know what I'm realizing?
Mm.
Avinash came in and said, yo, left back. Karen came in and says right back. If we get 11 callers, why do I feel like 11 of them is going to give me 11 starting positions?
I think only Allison might be safe, man. Salah
Allison
and Allison.
might
That's
be.
it. Them two. Everyone else, they might come from a bit of smoke. But yeah, nah, it's
Hey,
mad.
the tables have turned, man. Think about how the tables have turned in one season. Arsenal, squad depth. Two words that never went together. Liverpool, shambles. When was the last time you said that? Before this season?
Not for a long time, man. Not for a long time. And I thought, and obviously Liverpool for years were buying players the correct way, were always prepared in advance. And all of a sudden, I don't know, it's like they didn't see this maybe happening this season. It's mad. Sometimes football just works. Maybe last season, obviously, was nearly a historic season. That's obviously played an effect. You can't say it hasn't. But yeah, it's all a bit mad. Let me go through some of the comments as well and try and see what I can see here. I've got a comment here from DC. It says this team and the old style of Klopp play is exhausted and finished. So that's a interesting comment there.
Yeah, I share the same. I agree with that 100%. 100% agree with that. I've been saying that for actually 2 years, but we're still at the top, so no one really wanted to hear. Now you're sitting at the bottom. It seemed like you're screaming to just deaf ears at this point.
Yeah. This here says Trent doesn't have the intensity to play in midfield and he doesn't protect and recycle the ball as a midfielder. And that's another thing. That's why I said maybe you go get a proper right back, but it doesn't mean you put Trent in midfield straight away because you don't know what he was a midfield in the academy, I believe. Obviously moved to right.
But see, the thing with football, it's not cut and dry, and that's why I was kind of like really on to you about Arsenal with Trossard through the middle. It's not just it's not that cut and dry. So Trent in the midfield can work for certain games. And people need to understand, when you have a starting 11, you don't have to run them every game. There's certain opponents you look at and you go, this team is going to sit deep. That could be a team you play Trent midfielder because you're going to need them outside the box. You know what I'm saying? Cannon to go in the top corner, something like that. And speaking of that, what's up with Hendo defending one from going in the top corner today? You know, but
yeah, man.
But Trent, I hear what you're saying. He doesn't have the mold or the other midfield attributes that we would require in this system. But there would be some games he can actually do a job in it. So, but I wouldn't want to risk it without getting a proper right back and then tell him, look, you have midfield qualities, but you don't have them all. So you're gonna have to challenge the current midfielders or the 2 new ones that we get, maybe 3 new ones. So you have to challenge those 3 guys to get a spot off of them. Now we got to start 11 right back. You have to challenge him for a spot. So it's not just, oh yeah, I'm guaranteed to play. No. Prove to us you need to come back into this team. And there's a few players like that in the squad at the moment, and it's really hard to say get them out of here. It's just they need that competition. So yeah, that's what I was saying. But let's get the next caller and see what they're saying, how they're feeling. Hopefully they don't come with a different position that we need to replace.
We're waiting. Maybe even bench players. You never know. But anyway, the next caller is Izzy. Big up, Izzy. How you doing, bro?
Yo, big up, Izzy, man. How are you?
Big up. Yeah, I'm good. Well, tell me about it. Waking up at 4 a.m., 6 a.m. now. Just watched the game a couple of hours ago. But it is what it is. First of all, I'd like to say rest in peace to John Watson, who passed away. He's a great commentator. It reminded me when I was playing FIFA 98. I was a PlayStation 1, and my team Liverpool, when I played back then, and I used to play Steve McManaman, and I could just hearing his voice mentioning, it's just a perfect way to say a name, man's name, with the tone. So football will miss him, obviously. I should have watched the when Liverpool played the Real a few days ago. I think it was at the same time. I think it was Napoli against Frankfurt. I should have watched the game, because my man there at Napoli was Kim Min-jae, and then the other team was Kamada, who I think it was rumored that he might leave for Dortmund next season. So it'll be an interesting transfer. So I should be watching that, but I see some when Zubri was asking the previous caller about some positive. I think that game that I know it was a few days back, but I just want to touch a little bit on it. I see some glimpse, but after that it was just from then on it went downhill with the 5-2 mauling. A little bit of promise. I don't know whether can transcend for the remainder of the season, because shortly a few days after, which is today, it was a game where I cannot lie. When I was watching early in the morning, there was some passage of play which made me almost fall asleep, but I just have to stay awake just to get or get through 90 minutes. I think every callers have touched on the points and stuff. Centre backs, right back, the midfield. Some even crying for a winger, especially on the right side, for Salah's competition. Or I say some even might argue that it's time up for Salah. So for me, I don't know. I just don't have. I don't have a lot of say on transfers for the incoming this summer.
Can I ask you a question on that? Even though you say you don't have a say.
Yeah.
So you're watching the game today, and you say you almost fell back asleep, which I understood because the game it was a tough watch. If you was in the stadium, what would have been? You think you'd have the same energy watching that game live?
I cannot lie, Zubri. When I was I know this might be off the tangent, but even when I was at Doha a few months ago, because I caught the Portugal game, there were some moments where I just got distracted. I don't know if it's just me or whether it's the vibes or the happenings around the stadium. So I can imagine myself being a selfish box, but that's just me in it. Let's just speak for myself. So I think at times, if I were there watching the Liverpool game live, I would say I wouldn't get I don't think I'll get that focus for the whole 90 minutes, unless it's something of a lot of happenings like quality passage of play and all those kind of stuff where it just bring you so much attention.
What if we brought Kagawa in and go to a 4-2-3-1 instead of him going to Dortmund? Would that something you would take? Because here's the thing. Here's my take on the Kagawa thing. I mean, the Kamada thing.
Kamada, yeah.
Jones I believe Jones was on the bench today. Didn't bring him on.
I reckon, yeah. I think I saw him.
Carvalho on the bench, didn't bring him on.
Yeah.
But then I think we did finish the game with Milner, Hendo, and Fab. None of them offered anything. I mean, Fab offered a yellow card and looked like he was trying to get the second one. But that's kind of what we need at this point, right? Just something to, jolt us with a little bit of excitement. I don't think we had anything exciting happening in this game today. Besides, I think Salah curled one on the crossbar.
Harvey Elliott looks all right from what I could see. He was a bit of a spark in the team.
But it wasn't enough to, get you pumped up. I've never seen us made subs and it's just that. It was just so flat, man. So at this point, I think the likes of your Jones, we need a new plan on that. Carvalho, if we're not going to use him, loan. It's the way the squad is being looked after now, the current squad, not the one we want in the future, the current squad. It needs to take better care in how we're, setting up for these games in the game plan, because I don't know what the plan today was.
Exactly. Yeah. You said it right there.
Man, I was hoping you had something else to say besides what I said, because what I said was so depressing, man.
You guys are listen, man. You guys,
it's a tough one, man. But
Tom, Izzy, there's no positions like the other guys that you'd want to suggest that Liverpool maybe need to fix? Because we've heard today left back. I haven't heard left back ever. To be honest, this is the first time I heard left back. Right back, we've been talking. Centre back, we know. Midfield.
No.
Attacking wise, Gakpo today, what are we saying? Because he had a big chance and he missed. Like, that could have changed the game.
When I look at Bob today, this is another split where some certain fan base would argue that his time is up as well. I look at Bobby today, and when he came on, I thought he might do something like a link-up play, promising on that channel with Mo Salah. But I think today he touched everything, or perhaps it's because I think he got rushed back or something. I don't know. That's for Jurgens to justify his action to when bringing him on. I don't know. It's so difficult. Whereby at this point, at this stage, if 2 games later, some of these players who just came back, like Diogo Jota, pull up a brace or something against Wolves or United, which at this moment in time, I don't see that happening. It will be there's going to be a change of narrative. So I'll just keep it reserved as of now. I don't have there's no definitive conclusion I can give out as of now. But I just want to add up on the back line. I think what I can emphasize with my point is that from the beginning of the season till now, I look at the back line, and more often than not we over rely on Alisson. Perhaps the high line is one of them, where the centre backs when a through ball from the opposition went past them, and from then on, all of us Liverpool fans would hope that Ali would make a stop and all that. So I think it's one of them. It's one of them ones where centre backs, right? I mean, the back line is just hoping that Ali would stop that from getting the ball back into the net. So it's one of them ones where we have to start there's a debate on that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's just it. I don't have much to say other than let's see what happens in the next few weeks with the Madrid game. even if Liverpool pull out a win, I as of now, I think it's just not enough to overturn the aggregate score.
Can you see another 4-0 win? Like Barcelona. Barcelona was 3-0 up, came to Liverpool, got slapped 4-0. Can you see us pulling off a 4-0 over there?
But to be honest, I don't think so. Just because of the state we are at right now with the because I think back then when that season when we played against Barcelona, I think in the league we were toe to toe with Man City, and that not to say assurance, but that sort of partial belief is there that gives the a hope of doing the impossible. Whereas this season, I know the league and a European game is different, but there is that indirect relation, shall I say, that could impact from league. You transcend that to the European. There's that sort of belief that you can bring on and perform and overturn the result. But this season, it's just for me, it's just a write-off for me. Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Big up, Tarmis, man. If you have
Big up.
anything else, we'll let you go on that last say. Or if not, take care of yourself, man. Hope your weekend gets a little better than this.
Thanks for having me.
As always, man. You already know, Tarmis.
Get some sleep, man. Get some sleep.
We'll do.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, I'll just go through a few of the comments.
Some of these chats and these Liverpool callers calling in.
Big up Tamizi as well. Keep shouting out, obviously, sad news of John Watson, legendary voice in football. So yeah, big him up for that. And of course, for giving us this call. Let me just go through this comment here. Karen obviously gave us a call now. He says, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. You guys are the best. A go-to channel for post-match discussions and football in general. Big up you two. Respect to you too.
Big up yourself, Karen, man. We're here for the people, man. I tell you, wherever their perspective is needed, I'm there to sprinkle it on there, man. Bilal bring the outside views and the inside views on Arsenal. He's in a great moment. I'm here for the pick-me-up, picking up the people, man. A lot of heads are dropping today. Hopefully get some other callers in. I see a few Man U guys ripping their shirt off. They're feeling nice. We'll see what they say in a bit. Who we got next, Bilal?
Quick question before we go. This kit, what do you think of it? Do you like this kit? Because I look at it from the TV and I remember seeing it and it looks like it's like an optical illusion. This is confusing.
Here's the thing, man. With this kit. So all the kits I've been getting are gifts. And it's you can't give back certain gifts. You just gotta take them. It wouldn't have been my first pick of the Liverpool kits, if that made sense. So, but I like it. It's kind of cool, to come on camera. You can do the little optical illusion thing and twist up some people that's colorblind or sensitive to colors. Gonna definitely send them in a frenzy. Some people saying it's the bad luck kit. I wanted the yellow kit, the little milkshake burger little kit.
The McDonald's kit.
Yeah, the McDonald's kit. I wanted it, so I couldn't have it. I felt the same way about this kit, and when it was like, what kind of kit you want? I was like, this one, because the McDonald's kit ended up growing on me. So I felt like this was gonna grow on me as well. So I took this one as a gift, but it looks like it's bad luck, man.
It's better to play in the McDonald's kit than this one. I'm telling you, like that kit there, the color, this is not good for football. I remember, like, I was watching something about Ferguson back in the day, and they had a great kit, Man United. They went on a bad run. And he blamed the kit. So he went back to the normal kit, started winning again. I don't know. It could be the kits. But anyway, let's get the next caller in. I believe it is Quasi. Let's get Quasi in the building.
Quasi. What's
going on, brethren? How y'all doing?
I'm doing all right. I don't know about you guys.
Barry was like, Archie, Quincy, you have to show up here today. I was hoping it's gonna be on the happier terms, but
Hey, I thought we was gonna party as well, man. I invite you over. It's a funeral service almost.
Oh man, I mean,
we're giving eulogy and telling me the squad, rest in peace, and
We
you know,
did,
dead
you know.
this, dead leg, you know.
The
I thought it would be a
Undertaker's
party. I thought it was gonna be a party. I definitely put the flyers out. I
Hmm.
do apologize. I said it was gonna be food and drinks. It's just water and empty paper.
Man, try to go healthy, you know.
Yeah, but how are you, man? How
I'm
did you
doing
find the
well, man.
game? How did you find the week? Because the week hasn't. I thought it was gonna finish the week better.
Man,
Ain't no saying that.
the Madrid one, you know, what do you do, man? It's like Aston Villa versus Liverpool, 7-2, man. You just take it and you keep on moving, you know. The fact that it's at Anfield is the worst part, you know, that amount of goals. And it wasn't that they played so amazing, you know, it was us just gifting them. It's like we felt sorry for them. We were like, you know, like, here's some gift, you know, for your long troubles for coming all the way from Spain to, you know, to Liverpool. But there was some questionable tactics by our manager. There was some tactics. I mean, questionable plays by some of our players, which I think they should have not. With the Madrid match that I'm talking about, they play way too much. You know, like Gomez was having a hard time. Just take him out. Take him out. Bring Matip in. Drop the line back. You don't need to press Madrid high. Madrid is one of the great counterattack teams. People don't give them that. But Madrid, from Mourinho years, they have been a very, very good counterattack teams. You know, they are used to their tiki-taka also every once in a while. But when they play against good teams, more likely they will sit back. Last year against City, you know, look what, who was it? Was it a junior who did to Fernandinho where he burned him at Etihad? Yeah, finished it.
Question for you, Quasi. So
Yes,
you
sir.
said the Madrid questionable tactics.
Mhm.
What did you see today? Because when you said tactics, I forgot that was something we were using because I didn't know what it was today.
Right.
So did you see tactics today? And it was
Today, if looking at social media, everybody is now questioning clubs' in-game management. You know, you took Keita out and brought Elliott to do the same thing. That does not make sense. That's the definition of insanity. That's the whole frustration with me and my manager, because he's good. He knows what he's doing, but he keeps repeating the same mistake over and over and over, thinking that eventually it's just going to work and we can be stopped. It did for 5 years. People has figured this out. He needs to understand that. I mean, he is the same person who defended Pep by saying the book that Pep wrote had nothing to do about giving people our secret because it is football. Everybody knows what you're doing. So if you understand that and you are a true believer of that, then I believe that you should realize that you've been in Liverpool for 7 years and everybody knows how successful you are. They've also been trying to figure you out for 5 years.
Hey, time out, Quasi. Let me do this thing. I don't
Okay.
usually do this. Devil's
No,
advocate.
let's do this, man.
Devil's advocate.
Yes,
You
sir.
coming for clap? You already know I fired the first shot. I'm gonna defend him today.
Yes.
Klopp set the players out.
Uh-huh.
It's looking more like just player errors than lack of tactics in the way we play. Because even if he comes out and say, "This is our play, this is what we do," it's not like the players are doing it. So why are we just jumping over the players, not doing something that everyone in the world saw working? Players ain't doing it anymore. So how can we say it's the manager if clearly his formula wants stuff?
Right. So
now instead of passing the ball back and keeping it simple, man is trying to switch to no one. So surely we should now just be like, you know what? Obviously the manager blueprint worked. These players aren't really following the blueprint. So can we say that at least to shield them a little bit? Because
I agree. Because that Wolves match where you were defending him, saying he gave him the tactics. The mistake that Gomez and Matip did wasn't on club, which I totally agree. But the thing is, there's a 90-minute game.
Right? Oh, okay. So
you're going to
beat him about the in-game stuff. I mean,
exactly. There's a 90-minute game. It's not just you could see he's frustrated because he's telling them, "I told you to do this, and you didn't do it." But then we also, this is where we always say as my fellow inland American, we always say the buck stops at the top, right?
Yeah.
So if the players are not doing something right, who is the football man in the club? It's Klopp.
Yeah, I hear you saying.
See
Billa,
what I'm
can we
saying?
translate this to Arsenal? Because
Mm.
I'm not doing the, Arteta better than Klopp thing, but Quasi is saying in-game management suspect fell out of Klopp's bag. He don't know where he lost it. Klopp in-game management doesn't look like anything of any top level. Mikel Arteta, what's his in-game management looking like?
It's improving, I would say. It's definitely getting better. But still, a manager like Arteta is stubborn. And when he has his way of playing and it's working, his 11's going, he's not the type to tinker or change it that much. Now, that's the same with Klopp. Same with Pep. Well, Pep's even gone crazy. He's doing different formations every day. And he's trying to figure out what's the best system. But once he finds the best 11, his best system, he's not going to start. He's going to stop all this tinkering stuff. But Arteta as well, he's the type of manager where, yeah, he's got his 4-3-3. He's got his players there. His substitutions are like for like. You kind of know what Arteta is going to do every single game. But the difference is the players are performing to the level that he's expecting and he's telling them to perform. At Liverpool right now, Klopp wants them to play this 4-3-3. He wants them to play the way that they've been playing for the past few years. But these players can't do it. They just can't do it. And now, when that is clear, the players can't actually do this system. It does come down to the manager, in my opinion, to figure out a new way of playing that suits these players who can't actually play in this way anymore. So there is blame with Klopp, in my opinion, 100%, because he's the manager. He knows what's happening. He knows the players. Doesn't matter what he tells them. Doesn't matter what kind of training they do. They simply can't play what he wants them to play. So he needs to find a different way. But time's ticking. Every game's passing. And it doesn't look like that solution is going to be found this season. It might just have to be a thing where he goes to the summer, gets the players that he needs, and then he can just go and do his system and then run with that. But yeah, for now, I don't know, Quasi, you see any signs of him changing it up or finding a different way of playing? Because for me, I don't really see how he's gonna give Liverpool a different look.
This is the part where I get frustrated at him because we see him make a few tactical changes. He will play the same way, but then he will make a few tweaks where we're like, oh, it's working. I.e., against Everton, right? He didn't push the line all the way over up front, regardless of who was going. It's always one fullback up, the other one. Today, Robinson, as soon as Van Dijk gets the ball, Robinson is on the other side of the 18 box. We're like, even the commentator on my side was like, why is Robinson already ahead when they need him just in case there's a counter attack that way? That is what is frustrating for a lot of Liverpool fans. Klopp against Everton, against Newcastle, he played them calm, but with high energy. So yes, everybody could say, well, Bechacek and Fabinho and Henderson has a new pep in their step, but no, it was because they were not overspread out. It was keep him compact, and then when you box him in, then go Ganga pressing on them. The thing that is frustrating is when it starts working, then he goes back to what we saw today, i.e., what we played against Newcastle. 22 minutes. That was like probably one of the best we've seen Liverpool since we played against City. And then when the red card came in, he calls everybody to the side. I don't know what he said. And then we are back to what we watched today. It was one of the most frustrating win I've ever witnessed under Klopp. How does 9 men almost outrun the whole 11? I mean, yes, football is crazy. Sometimes a man down could make the other team play better. But St. Maximin basically was outrunning the whole defense. And today, what he should be doing is Carvalho is sitting there because you needed somebody like Carvalho, even Jones. Because that ball, if we play against a pragmatic team, all we do, and everybody sees it. That's what Ancelotti told him, said, this guy is predictable. I could figure him out. It doesn't matter what he does. It's when a team sits back, all he does is pass it to the side. Do you know 8 out of 10 times, if Henderson gets the ball, I know it's not going forward. I know it's going backwards. That is not Henderson playing that way. That's the manager telling him, this is what I want you to do. So now if I'm a team, why should I worry? If it was Thiago who gets those passes, then you know at any time if somebody at his level, that's a dangerous pass.
Yeah.
So moving forward, right now, the transfer windows are gone. We can't do anything. This is where I need Klopp, the best manager in the world that LFC fans have been protesting about, to step up. The same manager who can make players from a 6-level player to a level 10 type of player, right? We need him to do that because we have the players and then we have some in the academy. He should be doing that. In terms of who we're going to buy forward, this is where I always get away from the whole FSG out. Let's spend. I guarantee you, if last summer we all crying for midfielders, right? If they have brought in Casado for 7 million, the LFC fans would have been like, see, this is the foolishness the owners are doing. They don't want to spend money. This nonsense of, there's a level of players that we need to go to. No, you need to get the right players, especially with Klopp. And he said that in his embargo. We need to get the right players. And I think Zubair even said that before. Liverpool has to get the right players. So the right players has to be properly coached. And the right players has to play their position. The thing with Klopp is he has a tendency of bringing players in and start moving them around, and it doesn't work. And then, I'll finish by saying this thing of, we needed a new module. No. Today, I'm going to say Liverpool module was working. Zubair, this is the part where I need you to be on my side. Liverpool's module was working. We were praising and worshiping Edwards, right? Why did it stop? Because somebody in those meetings decided that now we're not going to follow that module anymore. Why did LFC fans say, oh no, instead of bringing somebody like Casado for 8 million, let's go spend 100 million on Jude? Because that's why it shows ambition. That's foolishness. Liverpool's module was working. Klopp is a great manager, and the fact that he didn't even see that, wait a minute, these guys were making my job easier because they brought the players who did exactly what he wanted. 8 out of 10 players that Edwards gave him were perfect, even though he didn't want them. The ones that he wanted is taking them a longer time for him to adapt to his tactics. So,
I agree with you. It's one of those things where you don't know what you have until it's gone. Really and truly, it's one of those things. We're like, sell to buy doesn't work, but it worked. It gave us one of the best 5 years we've seen in my Liverpool supporting lifetime. And I don't know what else is going to be coming, but losing Edwards, I think, was major. I don't want to cry about Edwards right now in this moment, because if I pose a question to you, I don't think you've given me the answer really. If you had a choice to keep Edwards or Klopp,
I don't like you right now, man. I don't like you. Why are you putting me on the spot, man? Why are you putting me on the spot?
I ask you, you never answer. So, Edwards or Klopp, man, we need to know, because it seems like you're telling me you would have kept Edwards, because that was my argument. My argument was with the staff we had, the owners we had, and the managers and coaches that we have, the only one you can pull out of that situation and everything still worked was just the manager. Rodgers left Swansea, came to Liverpool, and some would say a certain slip is the only reason he didn't want to leave.
He was also doing some Fugazi stuff until they
brought. What I'm saying?
That's why they brought Edwards in. That's why they brought Edwards in. That's why they did that whole what they call it, transfer committee stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when he was giving money to spend, he wasted it. So did our hero Daglish. These owners, they're not going to give you money and you waste it and you come back for some more. They'll get you out of there. That's how they work. But then, they don't know football. We all know that, right? FSG has nothing to do with football. So what did they do? They put the right football people around the club. So right now, if we have questions about football, we need to talk about who are the football people. Edwards was one of them, Klopp, and I think, was it Gordon or Hogan? One of them people.
Yeah, I think it was Tim Gordon. I think that's his name, or Jim Gordon.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. I think he's left as well, right? We're in shambles, Quasi. But as always, man, big up yourself.
Thank you so much, man.
Callers in.
Hopefully we do something on Wednesday, man. But this one is hurt.
Come on, man.
It's hurting.
I don't think we've scored 4 goals since
The 9-0.
Yeah. So we're due for another one.
No, somebody's gonna get it. I know somebody's gonna get it, but I don't know who is gonna be.
Is it Wolves on Wednesday, right? For Liverpool.
Yeah. I know some team is about to get it. Now, in terms of Madrid, I know you said, can we do it? This is Liverpool, man. We won the Champions League with Traore and them boys. So, thank you, boss, Mike Gordon. Yes. We won Champions League with against a team that we had no business on the same pitch with. Maybe if you took 2 or 3 of our players, right? So, and we have beaten Madrid at Bernabeu before, maybe a couple of times. But I believe in my boys. If there's any club that can pull this Hollywood ending, it's Liverpool. Now, if you say, now I'm telling you, if there's anybody who can do it, it's Liverpool. Will we do it? That's the question. But I'm not gonna give up on my guys. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, if there's any club who's gonna do it, that's my man's in them.
If that happens, it'll be.
Oh no! If that happens,
money on
I
it,
don't care if we go
you
to
might
Europa.
win like £1 billion, man. Or dollars.
If it happens, and we don't make top 4, we don't even win the Champions League. Oh man, I'll be Liverpool fans. We're unbearable. It's gonna be peak up in there. But I'm not gonna get too excited, and then it doesn't happen, and people come after me. I'm just saying, if there's any club who can do this, it's Liverpool.
Talk that talk, Quasi.
Better to stay
get the next callers in, and the next ones, hey, ain't gonna be pretty, but you know, Quasi, you put me in the right spirits. I'm ready for them now. You know, I'm ready for them.
Thank you so much. Quasi. Good to see you, Bilal. It's been a minute. Thank you so much.
Big up, man. In a bit. Hey, all right, man. Big up, Quasi, as always. Positive energy.
You already know, man.
Yeah,
Peter saying here, I love this guy.
Listen, yeah, man. Quasi's a lovable guy, likable character, Bilal, and you know, that's what we are as fans. You know, in the mud, we're still hopeful. Arsenal went through some dark days, and I don't think they can look at dark days or even think about dark days anymore. It's just big smiles, and you know, certain other fans, you know, lurking around the corner. They ready, man. They're ready to pounce. You know, they got a lot to say. I've never seen 2 guys with the chest out more than these 2 guys. You know, we'll bring them on together. Hear what they got to say.
It's dangerous, man. I don't know what we're doing.
Dangerous guys, you know, but I figure we'll talk to them both at the same time because I don't want to get dazed by one of them and then the other one kicks me because I'm dazed up. So we'll bring them in together. We'll chop it up. Might come for you as well, Bilal. Hope you're ready. You ready, Bilal?
I'm not ready, but we'll bring them in regardless. All right. First guy in here will be Ducotto. Man United fan, the one and only. How you doing?
Hello, my brothers. Hello, how are you?
Doing all right, man. All right.
How you doing today, man? I know the results ain't what you wanted. I know. I'm here to talk real with you guys. You know, are we waiting for Nat Raj?
We can add him in. Okay. Nat Raj, welcome.
Nat Raj, United brother. What's going on?
Absolutely. I'm just loving life watching Liverpool crumble to pieces. It's fun. Watching them cry about, playing for 90 minutes against Crystal Palace and having 4 shots on target. Oh, wait until Jota comes back. Yeah, Jota came back. Just send him right back out the revolving door. It's not working.
What do you mean it's not working? Surely my manager is going to do his press conference and said there were some good things in there.
I mean, whenever he drops point or loses, he blames everything from the witch doctor to the wind for why they didn't win. So, of course he's going to say something positive. That's just his nature. But, let's face it, this idea that Liverpool fans have of praising Klopp for losing the league by 1 point, it gets on my nerves so much. That's really the one. Centurion season, you were not even close when Man City hit 100 points. But every time I see somebody talk about the good times of Liverpool and how they came so close of winning the league by 1 point, I'm like, do you have any idea how many times United lost the league by 1 point? You won't, because it is never brought up, because we don't care. It's about winning. When you don't win, you don't bring it up.
That's real.
I can name you the seasons. You can check it up if you want, but that's the truth. You can't
That
let
right.
go of that season when you lost the league by 1 point. It's over. You didn't win. You were second. And Klopp is having his 7th season fucking syndrome where everything goes wrong, nothing works. Everything works for 2 games, and then Madrid comes like, hello, reality check over here. Let's bring you back down a little bit.
Nat Raj, before I let Ducato jump in on that point, I have to ask you a question. Just keep it nice and short. Were you saying this when we're going toe-to-toe with City? You wasn't
Nobody
saying
cares.
All right,
See,
you said
nobody
nobody
cares.
cares.
No, because
You said nobody
okay, I'll ask you again the same question. United has lost the league 3 separate times by 1 point each. Can you even tell which seasons were? Have you ever heard a United fan talk about those seasons?
Not Raj. I'm not gonna say I don't care.
There you go.
No. I'm not gonna say I don't care. You know why? I'm pretty sure Liverpool was in the mud, right or wrong. When that was happening, Liverpool was in the mud, right? When we were finishing second, were United not in the mud as well?
No, but like United has been in the mud, so to speak, where like Fergie had some tough times. Since Fergie has gone, we have been in the shitter because the Glazers have basically taken free reign over how they spend our money and where they spend the money. All gone and dusted. But the point is, if you keep harping about that one season when you lost the league by a point, it's not gonna help. Because
by the way, I'm not one of those fans. So
okay, no fair, but you know those fans are there, right? Those fans
I don't talk to them. They don't even like me. And I'm being honest, those fans don't even like me because I said the same thing you're saying.
So the issue
I hear
is
what you're saying, but Ducato, what are you telling me?
Yeah, I feel like this just to kind of continue what Nat Raj is saying is that the issue that I have with Liverpool and Liverpool fans is that you guys like to celebrate the journey but not the destination. Meaning you guys will go in, oh, we're doing this, we beat Everton, we beat Newcastle, you're on a high. Then you guys get reminded where you're at by a team with quality. Then when you're supposed to bounce back against Crystal Palace, you can't. And it's always been that issue with you guys where you're always celebrating the journey, a couple good results, we're back on cloud 9, this and that. And then just to get reminded that, oh my gosh, there's still a long way to go. I'll even put it to another perspective. My issue is this. My issue is with Klopp because Quasi said it perfectly. It's not how much you spend, but who you're spending it on. Klopp has had ample time to fix that midfield, to get players in with legs to actually help create and sustain the middle that helps you on both offense and defense. What does he do? I'm going to go sign Calvin Ramsey. Where is he at? What does he do? I'm going to go sign Darwin Núñez. I'm going to go ahead and sign Gakpo. These aren't guys that are going to help you with your mid. What did he do? He re-signed all those players who are washed. Let's just call it what it is. Fabinho. What I saw today from him, I don't want to hear Fabinho.
Somebody needs to check Fabinho's passport. There is no way on earth Fabinho is 29 years old. Guess who's 29 years old? Rafael Varane. You see what he did against Barcelona, yeah?
It's gotten to a point where I know you, Zuberi. I know you see it. Like I know you see it. I know you feel it, and it hurts because that's a team you're supporting, and you're gonna always ride for your team. Because again, I always ride for mine. I told you last week I was gonna be here again this week. I told you we were gonna beat City, and I told you we were beating Barcelona. Like I'm here again. Like I don't run away. I don't shy. The reason why I could confidently say that is because I know that the coach, the system, the tactics that are going to come in and that are going to make ways for us to actually get a result. And it is what it is, right? Klopp, on the other hand, is still playing a 4-3-3 with guys who can't even do it. You guys always play an amazing first half. Second half, it's just like it's like what's going on right now? You know what I mean? And so until you guys fix that, until you as a fan base demand more from Klopp, tactics-wise, getting the right players in, it's going to be like this. You guys are going to be going on a downhill turn. And as United fan, I love it. Like seeing you guys like this back to where you're supposed to be below us. It's amazing feeling. Like,
wait. All right, guys. I've let you guys said enough. You guys said a lot.
I just started.
Bilal, I want to bring you on this because these United fans is telling me that we like to celebrate the journey, not the destination. But we've won some stuff.
Yeah, but
What
nobody
is
was in the
Arsenal?
stadium.
Bro, we've won the 2 cups last year.
Nobody was in the stadium. I didn't see any bus
We
parade.
pick up the domestic double last.
To be honest,
year.
right?
Did you forget about
let
that?
me, guys. No, Zoom, calm down. You know why? Because I want to just say something, right? I'll be honest. As a Man United fan, you two are right for the last how many years? 5, 6 years, no trophies. You've been watching Ollie Ball. You've been suffering. I don't think it's right to come with this kind of chest for Liverpool straight away. I want to know really. To be honest, I don't think. I think you guys should chill. Wait till tomorrow. At least pick up one little trophy, and that's what I want you guys to tell me about.
No, that's fair.
Are you guys ready for tomorrow? Because that's the main question. Newcastle. Because now Ten Hag, listen, he's showing good signs. But I'm telling you, you don't win that game with Karius in goal. We've been laughing, Karius is in goal. If you don't beat Newcastle tomorrow, it's scary hours. All of a sudden.
I don't like this. I don't like this. You like other fans are putting all this like potential or like all this this pressure on us to win. We're going to win. I'm gonna say that at this point blank, we are going to win. But now it's like, oh, they have Karius, oh, they have this, oh, they have that. Your coach Arteta was complaining about too many games being played, or I play on Wednesday, I have to play Saturday. We've been doing that consistently since when? Before the World Cup. We've been playing almost every 3 days a match, and we're still producing results. So yeah, this is why I have my chest. We're in all 4 competitions. We're in the finals in the Carabao, round of 16 in the FA. We're 8 points behind you guys, and we're still in the Europa League. Where's Arsenal? Where's Liverpool?
The league.
So it's like right now, bro. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. Like I'm gonna support my club and also my coach, Ten Hag. Mm-hmm. I was hearing all you guys talk about 7 Hag, 8 Hag, 9. No, it's Eric Ten Hag because he's 10 fabulous because he knows what he's doing. He sees
I'll be honest, yeah,
and he's able to like just keep going. But
I'll be honest, yeah.
Because answer this question because it's how you were throwing this at Liverpool fans and Zoop. So it's Reform here saying you're celebrating the journey now, not the destination.
Okay, how long has
Klopp?
Right? Okay, no, wait.
Before you go, I want to answer.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating everything that we've done up until now. Liverpool fans are holding on to what happened. 2 years ago with the Prem, 3 years ago with the Champions League. They haven't sniffed anything.
No. Whoa. Last season. No. We're celebrating last season. Why you guys are forgetting last season? Last season we're the first club in history to play every single game available at club level and picked up 2 out of 4 trophies, bro. Why you guys pretending like last season didn't happen? Okay, so we shouldn't celebrate the cup, bro. The cup you're about to win. No. The cup you're about to win, we won that and the other one. So how is it fair you're gonna celebrate that win tomorrow, but you're pretending like we're not the holders of that trophy?
So I'm gonna get you with this point. You're really celebrating League Cups and FA Cups when you guys were challenging and winning Prems and Champions League. That's what you're telling us right now.
Ducato, let me just bring you back to earth. I hear what you're saying. No. Listen. Let me calmly say this to you. We went to the Champions League final and lost. Final day.
Yes.
Final day. We're not celebrating the 2 trophies we won just, bro. We won those 2 trophies and lost the final. We lost the league on the final day. So when I'm saying don't forget about last season. Every trophy we didn't win went down to the last game. So the trophy you're going to pick up, which is the only one you're going to win, if you even beat Karius. Let me land. We won that and the other one. So what are you saying to me now? Because you guys are not bringing up last season. You're not bringing up last season. Why are you guys not bringing up last season? Have you ever played and went for a quad? It's never been done.
We've won the treble. No other club has done that.
Has your team ever won the Premier League back to back 3 times? Your team hasn't retained a championship, my guy. Like seriously sitting there drinking juice. Your team hasn't defended a title successfully under the so-called best team in the world, with the best manager in the world, with the best era of the world. You haven't defended a
All right,
championship.
so
What are
I'll
you
let you
talking
Where,
learn.
about?
I'll
where you
let you
at?
learn.
No, where's Grizz? I told him I was
No,
gonna.
I'll
Where's,
let you learn. I'll let you learn. But here's the
Grizz,
thing.
I'll see
Here's
you
the
on
thing with
Brown
both of
Monday
you
as
guys
well.
right now. Here's the
But
thing. Ducato,
okay,
the reason why I wanted to bring you two on, because this Natraj is bad luck. Every time Natraj come on here and talk big, you guys lose the next day.
I said he's got
I don't.
psychological plans.
I
Oh,
have no
that
problem
is
with
funny.
that. I have no problem with that.
But
Like,
but yeah,
look,
to be fair,
How did Man United beat Newcastle tomorrow? That's what I want to know. Is Rashford
Say it
even
again?
fit? How did Man United beat Newcastle tomorrow?
who
Because
said
I'm seeing
Rashford
London
isn't
right
fit? He
now
already no.
Yeah,
Rashford already traveled with the squad. He's fit.
ready to play.
Yeah, I think
Newcastle.
so.
Yeah,
I mean,
Newcastle.
look, for me, look, I'll be honest, yeah. I don't care about the pressure from other fans. I just expect that this squad right now that United has, there is absolutely no reason why this squad shouldn't be able to score at least one goal in 90 minutes. I'm not worried about defending against them because their biggest point is that they love to waste time and their low and mid block is very, very good. That's their big, once you try to push them back into their half, Joe Linton starts working really hard, Bruno Guimaraes works very hard. Like that is their big strength. Longstaff works really hard. That's their big strength. From my perspective, if this team is really on this momentum and Ten Hag has really coached them well, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to score more than them in the 90 minutes given. I don't see. That's my expectation from my team. Whether we win or lose, we can see. Of course, in match things can change. Somebody can get injured. Somebody important can get injured. We still don't like. We are missing four midfielders. You don't see anybody complaining about that. We literally have four midfielders out injured. We are working through that nonsense. We don't have a recognized center forward who can actually score goals. Everything is like Ten Hag is finding solutions for all the problems. But from my perspective, I don't see any reason why this team should lose to Newcastle. That's
Okay.
just my expectation, to be very honest.
Yeah.
But
Dakota,
as for this, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, I was gonna say Dakota. You like Natraj is feeling confident, but are you worried about Newcastle in any way?
The thing is,
Because
the only thing about Newcastle I'm worried about is just a time wasting. Like I've seen them against Liverpool, I've seen them against Newcastle, even us. They go down, they stay down, they start crying, they start moaning, they waste time. It's a good tactic. That's how you get your draws. However, in a game at Wembley in a magnitude like this, I feel like United, we just have the quality. We have the team, the coach, the actual just atmosphere in terms of getting it done. And it's just something where when I watch my team play, there's a self-belief that each individual has where they have the coach's mindset. Marcus Rashford talked about it where it's like, as a forward line, I want to make sure that we're able to keep a clean sheet because it just gives the defense and the goalkeeper just that renewed, just that joke where it's like, yes, we're able to keep a clean sheet, get that our mental right, and just keep pushing forward, right? So you're seeing it trickle down to everything, to all the players. Not winning a trophy in 5 years as a United fan, a United player, that's embarrassing. And it's something where I just know my team will come with a reaction where it's like, no, we're not losing. Prediction-wise, I have us winning 2-1. For some reason, I can see Newcastle getting a lucky counterattack. It can happen, but I see us winning 2-1 in full time. There is no extras. We're not going to shootouts. It's going to be done in 90 minutes. Like, if you want me back here next week to tell you the same,
we'll see. We'll see. Natraj, what are you saying on the predictions? Because I know you're confident. 2-1 or something different?
I can see this be a very nervous 1-0, to be very honest, because as much as I like the chance, like I said, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't score at least one goal in this match and keep a clean sheet. The problem ultimately is that this entire squad is so young and a lot of them have never been to a cup final. Those who have, they have really bad memories. We have like under Oli, we went to a bunch of semifinals, we lost. We went to one or two cup finals, we lost. So like it's not exactly happy times for them. Now times like these, I'm hoping that the likes of Casemiro and Varane and Martinez and maybe even to a certain extent Anthony, because he has won shit in Netherlands, these guys come through and they basically try to like settle down the team. But then again, that's just my one worry, that whether nerves are gonna get the better of us. But I like when I was talking on my on the Discord server with my friends when we were watching the Barcelona game, when we went down 1-0 so early, I even said in that even that time when I was talking with my friend, I said the same thing. There is still fucking 70 minutes of football to play. There is absolutely no reason at Old Trafford why United cannot score 2 goals. And I was right. So I feel the same way about that. That's why I said I see no reason in 90 minutes why United cannot outscore Newcastle. That's
Fair
just
enough.
my hope. But yeah, I still think it will be a nervy 1-0, to be very honest.
Tight game. It's a
Before-
final. Zoom.
Tight game.
Before I go,
Yeah.
I want to actually
go on.
Barry a question. I want to actually Barry a question. After today's results with Palace, what is your expectation now of Liverpool and where you guys finish? Are you finishing top 4, top 6, out of Europe? Like where? And I don't want an honest answer. Like if you
They
have
are
to
gonna
say,
play. They are gonna play fucking Afghanistan on Friday nights in the Conference League.
All right, listen. I don't know if you guys really know who I am, so allow me to reintroduce myself, bro. I am the first guy to criticize Klopp back in 2020. You know what
I
happened
know,
in
I
2020.
see.
Not
Yeah.
fair. That's
So
fair.
I was the only guy, bro, coming on screen, smoking a spliff, drinking whatever drink, alcohol. There's alcohol in this, by the way. And the man was like, yo, who's this Liverpool fan questioning Klopp? How dare you? Everything you guys said about Liverpool, I've been saying for 2 years.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
it's nothing new to me. So I'm the one-off fan. So all the other Liverpool fan you run into, I'm not that guy. I know football. I talk football. I love football. I watch every Premier League game if I have to. I watch all the World Cup football games. And after that, I'm playing FIFA. So I love football. So I already knew this was going to happen. I told Grizz this would happen when we won the Community Shield against City. Everyone was like, oh, we slapped City Community Shield. We're doing it again. Quad almost last season, quad this season. I'm like, it's not going to happen because there's things we need to fix. And Klopp wasn't fixing them. So realistically, where I see us finishing, Klopp said he trusts the midfield. And then he gave us a midfield of Milner, Hendo, and Keita. And there was Jones and Carvalho on the bench. I'm not saying I'd rather see those guys, but why would you get Carvalho in the end of, I think it's right after the Champions League final, we got him. We brought him in, and then we re-signed Milner, I think in May. And I'm just like, why would we do that? So the things that I was always questioning he's doing, I'm like, bro, if Carvalho's not of the level, don't even put him on your bench. If you're not going to use Jones, you should have loaned him out 2 seasons ago at least. So all of my worries about Liverpool, it's not even about just the midfield. It's just the way the guy thinks and the way he operates and the challenges he knows to be real. Like Ibu picking up the knock. I don't remember if it was an in-game knock or a training knock. Thiago, they said he had an hip injury. When I look it up online, it's saying a muscle injury. So I don't know what muscle in the hip that is. Because I got that buttercup waist. I'm Jamaican, man. So the hip flexors are always in action. And I don't pull them. So half the squad is injury prone. And then the other good guys are getting kicked down on the field. And he doesn't, bro, the way he moves at this point, we can finish 4th and it'll be like, oh, I gotta praise the lads for finishing 4th. Or we can just stay where we are in 7th. It's a really indifferent season. So I can't even put a number on it. I'd love us to come in 4th and just push Newcastle out because they don't have enough to keep the momentum going. They draw like 11 games, man.
That's real. Yeah. That's
real. So they're just not losing. That's Newcastle's biggest benefit. They're just hard to beat. And because they're hard to beat, I'm letting you 2 guys know before I get you off the screen, they're hard to beat. We're the only ones that beat them.
Good luck. We beat them.
Good luck.
I'll see y'all next week. I'll see y'all next week with a ring.
Yeah, sure. But by the way, just before we go, Zuberi, you're a really fun Liverpool fan to talk to, and I hope you keep losing.
We got to get you out of here, man. Hey, you guys take care. Look after yourself. Anytime you guys lose, stop hiding. Because the last time it took you like 2 months to come back
What do you
we
mean?
talk records.
I'm always
No,
here. You guys,
not Raj. That's not
No,
Raj.
no.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
guess
right.
what? Guess what?
Because it was
Some
a real
guys
one.
have
He'll come,
plans
win or
Friday
lose.
nights, man.
no,
Look, some
Bilal,
guys have
Bilal,
plans
yo,
on weekends. It's
coming
not.
for
We are
you.
not free on every
I told
weekend.
you,
We watch the
Arsenal,
game.
United. I told you, Bilal. This keep getting these little sneaky wins. I love it. You guys did good
Well,
today.
your season starts crumbling tomorrow. It starts
No, but
crumbling
you know
tomorrow.
what? You know
You
what?
sure?
Before we
Are
leave,
you sure?
no, but you know what?
I'm sure.
Just before I
Regardless.
go, I must say props to Arteta and props to Arsenal for bouncing back and like keeping the momentum going. It's hard. Like if you are champions, grinding out 1-0 results during this period of fixtures is important. You guys are doing that very nicely. I hope it doesn't continue, but so far, good, really good. Let's see how long it continues. I hope.
Nat Raj, they
It
still
doesn't.
have City to play. They still have Liverpool to play. As bad as
Oh,
they
trust
are,
me. Trust
they
me.
still
If
have
by any
so
chance,
we're coming, man.
chance,
We're just,
I'm
I
telling
told you,
you,
we're in the title race. I told you if we beat
Ricardo,
Leicester
I
City,
don't know about
we're
title
in the
race. I
title
think
race. Bilal,
I'm not gonna talk about
I'm
title race.
ready.
I just know this.
Okay.
If they slip, Man City win the league, and somehow we end up finishing above Arsenal this season, I'm coming in every call-in session, boys.
All I know
I'm
is in
coming.
your dream, your scenario, you put Man City winning the league. That's told me everything.
No, it's very much
Hey,
possible because
nah.
ultimately
No,
we
your
have
dream
already played them.
scenario, you said Man City. So that's
Yeah,
Dakota. I'm sorry, you've been let down by your soldiers.
I would
bro.
give. Why? Look, man. Look. I don't live in fantasy world. The truth is, between Arsenal and Man City, the team that has the pedigree to catch up with you guys and break you guys is Man City. We just are 7 months into our new manager. Give us time. We'll get there. But I'm not deluded
man.
that
This
way.
is a miss. This is a misbag, bro. But hey, thank you guys for calling in.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
All right,
Giving
man.
me a
Take care.
piece.
Have a good
I want to
weekend,
see
guys.
you
Bye-bye.
guys next week. If I don't see you guys next week, I'm not even on socials, bro. They don't give out rings for FA Cup and League Cup, bro. Get out of here.
No.
You're coming in here ringless again.
We're coming.
Ringless and winless. Big up, you guys. Keep it moving.
Take care.
In a bit.
Hey,
Oh,
those guys
man.
are jokes still.
Yeah, man.
Man said he better get a
Newcastle.
ring.
We had to do that just for like people to understand, yeah, why Newcastle are needed to win tomorrow. Like this is what you're creating. If you let these guys just touch a League Cup, just a League Cup, they're moving crazy.
You see what
Right?
I'm
It took
saying?
Liverpool fans to get the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Champions League final,
You know
title
what's
race,
mad?
and I
No.
didn't even. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even hear this. This is next level. United
No,
fans
you
are
know what's
next level.
mad? He said we haven't won anything in 5 years, and in 5 years, Liverpool picked up about 5 to 7 trophies, and they want to act like nothing happened. You see how shameless these Man U fans are. But nah, big up to Dakota, big up to Natraj.
Yeah,
I know
nah, big
Natraj
up.
is gonna duck me out. Ducato seem like he'll come back in if Karius gets man of the match and Newcastle lift the trophy. Fingers crossed. Who we got next, Bilal? Who we got next?
We've got FSG out. This is an interesting call. I think this is for you, Zoop, man, because he's coming for your guys. So yeah, if your camera's ready, I'll put you in the stream now, mate. And yeah, let's just get him in now. So yeah, FSG out now. What we saying?
Good evening, gentlemen. How yourselves?
We're doing all right.
I was doing good. Then the Man U callers came in. They tried to ruffle my feathers. I hope you're proud of the way I defended us. But then I saw your name, and then I'm like, oh man, it's another long day in the FSG PR department for me. So what's up, my friend? Tell us how your week's been. Tell us how your Wednesday, your tonight, and your name. What's going on, man?
My name's Christopher, and the week's not been very good after that performance in midweek against Real Madrid. Having said that, Real Madrid could do that to anybody, to be fair.
True.
So getting beat of Real Madrid, is it really that big a shock? Because they're a great side. The record speaks for itself, so there's no shame in losing to Real Madrid, who possibly might go and win the whole tournament. Chances are today disappointing to go away with a draw. I think the midfield is a huge issue. There's little legs, very little pace, little energy. It's got to the stage now where there's going to need to be huge investment into that area. And why I'm saying FSG out, I can balance it up by giving you, in terms of Liverpool, a lot of Liverpool fans, I don't know about yourself and things like that, aren't happy with FSG, but we're not alone in that, because the Boston Red Sox fans booed John Henry just recently in January 2023 in regards to their net spend and lack of spending at the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, you're talking to a Red Sox fans, a Penguins fans, and a Liverpool fan. So I'm not saying I'm the biggest FSG supporter. Don't my funds like that. I'm not saying I'm the biggest FSG supporter. It's just I like to pick up the other side of every argument. And once I pick up the FSG argument, it kind of just stayed. As far as the midfield, how do you feel about Jurgen Klopp saying that he is satisfied with the midfield?
I find that quite distasteful, to be honest, because it doesn't take it doesn't take Bill Shankly or Bob Paisley to tell you there's a problem with the midfield. Anybody can see that. And I heard a Liverpool fan, I don't know about yourselves, was moaning on TalkSport about Pep Linder's book. That Pep Linder's books effectively gave all the secrets away, effectively. And the book's been used against us effectively.
Wow. I've heard it when the book first got released. I don't read the book. Me personally, I'm in a power generation industry. The only books I've ever read in my entire life are related to power generation because it's a book that helps me make money. And I've read some money-making books as well about investing into FSG and what they do. But other than that, I've only read books that makes me money. And Pep Linder's book supposedly is helping people prepare for a counter mindset of what the Liverpool mindset is. It's not so much game by game or play by play or tactics by tactics. It's they've now seen inside the mind. There's a special on NBC Peacock about inside the mind. The book is a Liverpool specific about inside the mind of Liverpool. And if it's working against us, I don't know who to point the finger at because Liverpool had to have signed off on it. Klopp had to have signed off on it. So for us to sign off on it, it could be counted as the Amazon thing that Arsenal are doing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's not that big of a deal because
they did it and they're still winning. Yeah. Ted Lasso did it and
Man City didn't
win. Remember Ted Lasso for Tottenham? Yeah. It didn't help Tottenham win the league. Arsenal did it, and they might win the league. Brendan Rodgers had something going on, and so it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
It happens in football.
I won't blame the book though. FSG out. I'll call you FSG out. If you're not that, you can change it. But I wouldn't blame the book. What I would blame is shout out to Quasi Bowl. I see you still in the chat, my friend. You know we got different connection. I would blame the in-game management. Every team has 11 players. Our team have 11 players. Every team got the same amount of subs, same amount of players on the bench. Injuries, that's irregardless. Pitch quality, irregardless. It's 11 v 11. So you can set the wrong 11 out and change tactics in-game. We've seen Carlo Ancelotti did it against us midweek. 20 minutes in, 2-0 down. They adjusted some things in the game, and all of a sudden, 5 unanswered goals. So I would blame in-game management before I blame the book. If the book gives in-game management tactics and approach, then I'll blame the book. But if there's no in-game tactics, management, and approach in the book, then I won't blame the book. Have you read the book first and foremost?
No, I haven't had a chance to read the book. I've been meaning to purchase it just to see when I heard that fan moaning about the book. So I can't give you an insight into what the book actually tells you in terms of maybe tactics and other things like that. So I can't give you an insight on that. One thing I can maybe give, I don't know if you've seen some of the stats that I put up earlier in regards to the last 5 years net spending. Liverpool are 9th highest net spenders over the last 5 years, and it'll actually surprise you who's actually higher than us. Arsenal are higher, but Aston Villa's higher, Wolves are higher, West Ham's higher, So that just gives you a flavour of the teams that's actually higher in regards to us than in terms of net spending.
Can I ask you a question? So with the net spend, would you say it's understanding that the teams that are actually having higher net spend, at least 50% of them have new manager who's trying to change something, wherein we've had the same manager who's actually content and overjoyed for having the ability to keep his players. Bilal, what do you say from the outside? Because could you think that's something there? Because he's been here for 7 years.
Yeah, but with the net
not
spend
much
thing,
to change when you're here.
It's not something. Yeah, net spend is. I don't think it's something to look at, to be honest, because if you go by a team like Arsenal, I think Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United have some of the highest net spends in Europe. If a team like Arsenal, my team, for example, give you them as an example, we don't sell players, so our net spend is always going to be high because we barely ever sell any players. So if we're not selling players and we keep buying players, our net spend is going to be through the roof. I think it's going to be ridiculous. With Liverpool, they've been better with selling players. You can sell weird fringe players for like 30 million to Bournemouth or something. I'm like, how have Liverpool done that? They've been doing that over the last few years. So I don't think net spend is something to look at. I think the thing to look at is has the money that's been spent as of late been used in the right way? And for example, we'll say Darwin Núñez was around 60-something million, maybe rising to 80. Obviously, rough figures off the top of my head. Gakpo was another signing in January, around 40 million. That's 100 million there, pretty much, right? That could have maybe been used elsewhere to help the team, and you would have got better results. It's not. I don't know, Chris. In my opinion, the net spend thing isn't that big of a deal because I think it just shows, especially in a team like Arsenal, we don't sell anyone. So whenever we buy anyone, that's just going to make our net spend look crazy. But with Liverpool, they've been doing pretty well on the net spend, I would say. It's just
I would agree with you there in terms of some of the points you've made. Well, I'll give you an example to back up the point that you've just made there. The year Liverpool won the league, their net spend was actually £28 million worth of profit. So it really just backs up that. Sorry, 29 million. Profit. So it really backs up your argument there that net spend's not really that much of a issue. In terms of what you said there about the spending and possibly in the wrong places, now that's over about £105 million going off the figures that's been spent in the forward areas. Could that money have been spent in the midfield areas instead?
Yeah, and I think that's something for you. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, it could have gone into the midfield, but here's the issue: it's one of those victim of your own success, because you have to remember Jurgen Klopp achieved more than the targets we've set out for. We just said get us top 4, and he's got us more than just top 4, and we have to respect that. But I think with that comes a lot more respect and responsibility, where could be speculation the same way FSG out people speculate and say, what's the point of, him winning all of that and we're not going to respect him? So the respect we gave to him is like, hey, you need to upgrade on some of your midfield. You need to let Milner and Henderson go. But with his respect, he goes, no, I don't want to let these guys go. I don't want to let any one of my guys go. We haven't really sold any players since Coutinho, really, for any big profit. We've let go Minamino, who was top goal scorer in both competitions that we actually won last season. Origi left on a free, Gini left on a free, Mane left for probably around no more than 40 mil. We're not really selling the players, and I propose that we need to put either a committee together, hire me to be in charge of this. We need a sell-on policy and committee. We need to be selling players in their prime and not when they're going down in the grass. We need to start doing something like that because too many of our quality players are leaving on a free or on the decline. That's not helpful for the club.
Yeah. Would you have sold Salah last season?
Selling Salah last season is the best time in Salah's Liverpool career to sell him. You're not going to replicate Salah of the past beyond this season. So if there's a time to sell Salah, and a lot of people don't like to hear what I'm about to say, Football is football, but there's also a business side of it. You have to find balance between the business side and the footballing side. With Edwards, we had that. So selling Salah last season is the best time to sell him. We went in for the quad in every football games available to a football team. At the end of that, Fabinho should have been sold. Salah should have been sold. Milner should have never been re-signed. Henderson, move on. I don't care where he went. That's his problem. Liverpool have our own problems, which is going in for the quad again. So that is the nature of what football is. And a lot of fans are just like, oh my God, no, how can we let Hendo go? How can we? Oh, Milner deserves it. Look at the energy and intensity he brings. Look at the tackles. That's great. Oh, how can we let Salah go? He's our best player. Bro, that's the nature of football. It's cycle. You have to just let these players go. You get them in 4 to 6 years, depending on their age, and you move them on. That's what it is. Look at Messi. Why did Messi retire at Barcelona? We can blame the money, but really and truly, it's not like Messi was bringing them back. It's not like, because they have to tailor their entire game around Messi and they end up compromising on some other players they didn't really need to compromise on. So sometimes your star player can hinder you. Arsenal, what's his name? Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Salah, he's going missing in games now and it's hurting us. He's unsubbable. When a player becomes unsubbable, that's a problem. So what I'm trying to say to you is, in these moments in football, you have to have the right balance between the football stuff and the business stuff. And the business stuff is taking a hindrance because of how successful the footballing stuff has been. But it's only been able to be successful because of how the business was. So it's a give and take, and we've disrupted that balance. A lot of fans is telling me now, Zabiru, you're right. Maybe Klopp has too much power now. Losing Edwards is a big miss. Edwards was getting, Bilal, do you believe me if I tell you Edwards was getting deals for players that's not on the transfer list? Do you know how powerful that is?
Mm-hmm.
And then when he get the deal through the door, the coach would go, nah, please let the player fight for his position. And then he plays the player less than 5 times in the season. Well, you're better off taking the deal for the player then. Then that player leaves on a free. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Origi. We had 2 deals on the table before we even won the league for him. And we're like, let him play for his spot, only for him to leave on the free. So that's how we end up in this position, Chris. I don't know if you agree, but that's what I thought about it, and that's what I still think about it. The football stuff is overriding the business stuff, and the business is what got the football stuff working. You have to have the right balance, my friend, and at the moment, we don't.
I mean, Mike Edwards done a fantastic job at the club. You just look at some of the business that he managed to pull off for us. Some great business there. But in terms of letting players go at the right time, I think we've maybe been too loyal to certain players. It strikes back to going, if you look at Klopp's Dortmund days, he was maybe too loyal to certain players. And that's maybe caused the downturn in his last season. So I think we've been maybe too loyal. Maybe we could have moved a couple of players on at separate times, like Salah. We could have moved on. Possibly we could have moved someone, Firmino on, or things like that. But we've just been too loyal. And now it's a time for go again, really, in terms of trying to rebuild a team to go again and try and replicate some of the success we've had in previous years.
Hey, Chris, if I employ you and I said you have one move to fix our current problem, what would this move be? And what would you do with that move?
That's a very good question. I would probably look to address the midfield. I'm not saying go and get Bellingham and spend £125 million or whatever they're looking for in terms of lunacy money in terms of Bellingham. What I'm saying is maybe get 2 free midfielders in with legs, pace, energy, box to box and things like that, and use, say, like the Bellingham money to get 2 or 3 good midfielders into that midfield to give us a wee bit of legs, eh?
Okay, I appreciate it, Chris. Thank you for calling in. I
Thank you very
respect
much.
you.
Thank you. Thank
Hey,
you.
look
It's been
after
a great
yourself.
show. Thank you.
It's gonna get better next week, man. Bilal, I kind of like him still, but you know what? We got a special guest for you people. It's only right we'll bring the special guest in now, then later. You saying?
Special guest? No, we don't have a special guest. I don't know who's telling the people that there's a special guest.
Let's hear from the man. Hey, special guest, you ready?
Is he ready? Go on.
Hey, there you go, man. What's
my
going on,
family?
Grizz?
What are you saying, my family?
Hey, we're trying to hold it down. We're catching a lot of bullets.
I'm
Took a
so
couple hits for
happy.
you.
You know what? First, I want to thank you guys for letting me on. You know what I mean? I just literally walk in. I told the missus, get me a hot cup of tea. I don't know about you guys, but well, Bilal will know. I don't know about out in the USA, but South London
Is that your Australian accent?
was hella cold today. No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
South London.
It's been freezing today
No.
everywhere. Yeah, and
Bilal,
I can imagine that.
Zubairi, when they say South London, they say South London. South. SAAF. Like loads of A's.
South
Double,
London.
triple A's. F and then London. South London. That's how you
So it's
know.
Boston, to be fair.
You find a good takeaway spot, anything to cheer you up today?
Morley's. Every corner there was a Morley's. I just dropped in.
Quick one. Easy. Yeah, nah, that's the
Wait,
best.
comfort food was gone in today. Comfort food. Every shop. Yeah, bro, boss. You know what I mean? I already spent £5 in there, so I only got £3 to spend. What you got for me? Next shop. Yo, boss, I spent £5 in that one, £3 in that one. I got £2 to spend in this one. What you got for me? Every shop I just bought something.
Kept
Because
going.
Liverpool didn't give me nothing today. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, bring in Albert, man. Bring in Albert at the same time as me, man. What I go on? Albert, come through, man.
Come through,
Bring in
Albert.
Albert, man. We're guests today. Nah, man. Take me off this, man.
I'm here, man. I'm
Used
here.
to are the host today. Me and Albert are just here as guests. We're humbled. Albert, we're calling in, man. Me and Albert want to speak to you.
Get it off your chest. So, first of all,
Uh.
you were at the game. Albert,
Uh-huh.
you're watching the game. So, there's two different perspectives here, people. So, Albert, watching the game, what did you see from home?
Okay, so I saw Real Madrid. I saw Real Madrid again. The only thing is that they had 3 chances that we gifted them that they didn't use.
Wait, I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you. I'm gonna let you continue, but you saw Real Madrid again? That's
Yeah,
what
I
you
saw
said?
an apparition. I saw a ghost, right? That looked like Real Madrid. They were in red and blue, but this time the 3 chances we gifted them, they didn't use.
Oh, you see what he's saying? I see what he's saying, you know.
I don't know how to process it. I
Okay.
saw Real Madrid
let me-
again. Do you know how scary that is?
Okay, Albert, let me-
3 hospital passes we gave our goalkeeper.
No, that matchup's done. By the way, Albert, can I sorry to butt in?
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead, Grizz. Break
I
it
don't
down
often
because
call
the way
in. I don't-
Albert said it.
I don't often call in, so I'm gonna make noise today. I'm sorry if I ruined Bilal and Zubairi's show today. I'm about to ruin your show today. I'll make
Listen,
noise.
We've
Wait,
had a couple
Grizz,
of United
before you
fans in here
go-
doing chaos. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
come in
Serious,
here.
as in chaos.
Bilal, get a cup of tea, and I'll talk to these two guys because they're calling in today.
Mhm.
One is from watching the game from home, and he said he saw Real Madrid. One was in the stadium. Grizz, did you see Real Madrid as well?
No. I didn't see Real Madrid because South London ain't Real Madrid, right? South London played like South London, right? They played South London football against us, right? But we were dead food. Joe Matip, look, we know Henderson's dead. We know Milner is just like next step. Because you know these people, right? When you get to a certain age, and you know, Lord bless all our elders and keep them all healthy and safe, including my parents, including all of your parents if they're alive, including all your uncles and aunties. Yeah, I don't mean to be disrespectful, But what I'm trying to angle at is, you know, when certain people get over a certain age, right? After they stop playing. So, for example, the way I'm trying to go with this is, I don't really know.
You're saying they're finished.
No. I'm trying not to get your show blacklisted or something, or struck off, you know, the internet and struck off the copyright. You know, you see what I'm saying? So it's your show. I want respect. Yeah, please, and please don't take me off. Let me just land my point, because I know you guys get angry. Just take me off the stream, right? Just, there's gonna come a point where if James Milner doesn't stop playing football at this level, his family gonna be upset, because it's gonna hurt. No, Bilal, I'm serious. It's gonna hurt him. It's gonna become very painful for him, like physically. Like, you know, when you stop playing and because you don't know when to stop. Prime athletes don't know when to stop. They just want to keep going. And it's up to the coaches or the managers that they play under to realize, yo, you need to relax and enjoy your life now. They're not letting Milner relax and enjoy the rest of his life. They're gonna make him crippled. When he starts playing, brother, when he starts playing, he's gonna get stiff up. You know the ones, Albert. You know what I'm talking about. You know when you,
Man,
you know when you go gym. Me and you are not far off this. He's gonna stiffen up.
It's transient.
He's gonna stiffen up.
What you're trying to say is that for everything there's a time and a season. You're trying to say life itself is transient. We come at a certain time, we go at a certain time. Keep going.
That's what I'm saying.
Man's making me laugh about a potential situation.
He's gonna.
I'll just imagine Milner just like.
No, he's gonna stiffen. Bilal, he's gonna stiffen up, bro. Bilal, the moment he stopped playing football, because he's played 2 years too much, about 20 to 30 games too much, man's gonna stiffen up.
Bro, and he's going right back as well. Last 20 minutes, like more stress.
What's the brother called? When he went to right back, I didn't know what to do and what to say in the stadium. I didn't know what to do and what to say. Now, Matip is in that boat. Guys, when you can't strike the ball cleanly anymore and you started scooping it when you kick it and it scoops up in it. Wait, don't travel. When my guy can't kick the ball anymore.
It looks funny.
You guys are all looking at me like I'm a madman. No, you guys are all looking at me like I'm a madman.
Grizz.
Man, it was a mad show we were watching, man. It was mad.
I'm not mad.
At least you didn't have the dishonor of watching it on slow-mo and being explained and stuff. You know, it was a mad show, man.
Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Grizz. What Albert is saying to you is, you see when he scooped the ball, we didn't see how high the scoop was. We just saw it came back down in the same place. And we saw it in slow motion. So we're waiting. We're waiting for it to go somewhere. It went nowhere. Guys, so what you saw is worse.
Guys, I'm going to be very honest with you. Yeah? Relate with me. Relate. Group huddle. Relate with me.
I'm here.
You know when we were learning how to play football, right? As kids, as teenagers growing up. Okay, mainly as kids. The transition from kids to teenage life, right? The natural strikers of the ball, the natural strikers amongst us, right, knew how to kick the ball far, strike it cleanly and kick the ball far. Yeah? You know the ones that weren't so confident and didn't have the technique, what did we have? How did we know how to kick the ball far? You know what we used to do? We used to pick up the ball, make it bounce, and then kick it on the volley, because that was an easy technique to kick the ball high and far. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the natural strikers of the ball could kick the ball from on the floor. This brother can only kick the ball far and far when it's bouncing, and it's like, you know what, clearance time.
Actually, Grizz, he can't. It bounced and he tried to kick it against who's that? Newcastle. He missed it completely.
People coming for me, yeah. Grizz knows about them scoops having it. I have no cartilage in my right knee. That's why I know about scoops. 75% of my cartilage has been removed from my right knee or left knee. I can't remember. That's how old it was. That's how long time ago.
Check the scars. Check the scars. You'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, I need to check the scars.
Grizz, let me ask you a question. If Wolf Zaha had played this match, what would the result have been?
Real Madrid is very, very possible, but without us scoring 2.
Okay, so what would have been the net score?
I say they would have beaten us. I don't know the score, but they would have beaten us.
You see, I keep harping back to the 3 hospital passes we gave our goalkeeper. The Matip one and the 2 Trent ones. Trent was actually dispossessed, and Matete should be docked wages for missing that chance. It was easier to score than to miss. He missed. What I'm trying to say is that we are doing the same thing over and over and over again. We just get different levels of opposition. Some of them will capitalize on it and make it count. Others won't. But a week from today, we have Man United.
Lord,
God save us. Because, you see, I absolutely have a problem with Manchester United. Not just the team, but they are supported. See what the 2 guys came to say?
Yo, I was driving and I was going to stop. I was on the motorway. I would have caused a major accident. That's the only reason I didn't stop. I was going to
These guys were here trying to tout off a cup that 2 years ago didn't even have a sponsor. Mill Cup, Rambelos Cup, Worthington Cup,
we won it last week. We won it.
3 years ago, it didn't even have a title sponsor, and yet today they're trying to create an impression that it's everything because they are there. They forgot that we won it last. We won it last.
Thank you, Albert. So on that point, we won it last year is the only reason I allow them, Grizz, to embarrass themselves, because if you notice, it played out and they confessed they haven't won anything in 5 years, and in 5 years we won 7 trophies. So sometimes it's the long game.
Part of the things that should trouble us is that I just listened to our manager, and I'm quoting him verbatim. He said the fans are upset that we dropped 2 points. The players are upset. It's in their eyes. They're upset that we dropped 2 points. But as far as he is concerned, we go again. We do the same thing over and over again. That's what he just said 20 minutes ago.
You talking about Jurgen Klopp, sir?
Yeah.
He said we go again.
Yeah, he said we go
doing the same thing again.
We do the same thing. It's frustrating, man.
Grizz, step up. You got to talk because you already know where I'm standing.
It's frustrating. You see, like I said the last time,
I'm warming up.
I've stopped. I don't want to come across as negative. But if this guy doesn't see what we are seeing, what's the point?
Can I say something? Not too much.
Go ahead.
Because today I'm a caller. I want to say more. Normally when I'm a host, I let all the callers speak. So I want the same respect given to me, please. Bilal and Zuberi. I want to speak.
Of course.
I want to speak. Let me talk.
I want to know about Trent though. How is it watching him in the
Let me talk.
Grizz, this is the show for the people. You are the people. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest, people.
So first I wanna address my fellow caller, Albert. And he doesn't want to come across negative. Why don't you want to come across negative?
Because I want solutions, man.
Okay.
I want solutions.
Okay. You ain't coming across negative when we've just put in a performance like that on the back of a performance like that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand you. So why do we want to keep going again?
You ain't coming across negative when you are talking. It's a post-match call-in show. What's the show called? Call-in Khan, but call-in Bilal and Zoobs today. You ain't sounding negative. You shouldn't be ashamed of sounding negative after a performance like today on the back of a performance the other day. This is the time to sound and talk on the negativity because of the performances that we've seen in the last 2 games. The previous 2 games, we saw green shoots. The performances weren't great, but we saw green shoots. Just something. We thought spring is round the corner. Today, look at my hat. Today, feel my hands. Spring is far away. We're still cold. It's still winter. We're still in winter. Liverpool is still in winter. Spring is miles away still. Today is not about, I don't want to sound negative. Today is about speaking your mind. And my mind is saying exactly what it was saying a few weeks ago. The same players, you asked me about Trent. Trent is still space jammed, people. Was Zubairi asked me? No, Bilal, you asked me.
Yeah.
Bro, he's space jammed. Albert, you know when he was dispossessed? I think you was talking about when he was dispossessed.
Yeah.
Bro, it was like, you know, like when they, like you're not even getting bullied by the year older. You're in year 11 and you're getting like secondary school kids coming up to you and say, yo, big man, give me your money, give me your mobile. They just robbed him.
Yeah.
Because they were little kids, they couldn't utilize that money. So whoever missed that chance, I don't even know. Who missed that chance.
Matete.
He's a dickhead. Anyway.
It was Matete.
Yeah. Pateta. You know what I mean? He shouldn't be on a pitch as well. He's South London, typical. He didn't have a clue about football.
He should forget
them. They play for Crystal Palace. You know, we'll talk about another show about how Crystal Palace are overrated and Vieira's overrated. So forget them. Today's not about them. Today's about Liverpool Football Club. Space jammed. Now, I don't know why was he injured or something? We can't tell on the ground why he gets substituted. Did he say tactical or anything? I don't know.
He was substituted because he was one hospital pass away from
he was looking like the weak link. He was, if Klopp didn't sub him, even though it wasn't going to be a progressive sub, I would have flew to Liverpool and flew Klopp out of Liverpool myself. So
and Eze came on.
And Eze came on. So it was like, it's too dangerous.
But isn't it mad? That's what I'm saying. Like, not only is he taking out Trent, he's putting Milner there. For me, if I was Trent, my head would be gone.
I cry. I was in despair. I sat down so many times. And you know when you sat down in away games, guys, just for the people that haven't had the honor and pleasure and you know, of going to away games in Liverpool. Of course, so many international fans, big up yourselves, all the ones that stay up late, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., miss work, bunk school, bunk college, exams, stress, family. You guys are the real dons out there that still support this club. But my point being is when you sit down in an away ground, what you're doing really is saying, I'm giving up. Because when you sit down, you can't see shit. Because every man is standing up. Every man, woman, dog, fridge, everything is standing up. You can't see nothing. When you sit down, it's a resignment. You're resigning. You're saying, I'm done out here. When near the end of the game, Albert, and I'm talking to you because me and you are fellow callers. These guys are just here to host us. In that last 10 minutes, when we're trying to get 3 points, and I see Milner at right back, and I see Elliott left wing, Jota off, I see Carvalho and Curtis Jones still not being used on the bench. I see Milner, Henderson, Fabinho on the pitch, and bring on Bejitic. I despair.
Just to make your point, right? He subs Gakpo and brings him Bejitic. What was that?
Yeah, but Gakpo,
that was not trying to lose the game.
Okay, very quickly, and I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to enjoy my tea because the tea has helped me warm up. I was cold and now warmed up, which is also dangerous because I'm warmed up.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
More energy than Liverpool's midfield, man.
I have hella energy.
Before the show.
Yo, I had 3 hours sleep last night because I was tensed about this game, stressed about this game because I knew the importance of it, yeah? We didn't lose. And now it's what? I've been driving for fucking God knows how long. I'm tired. It's midnight, but I got hella energy. I'm telling you, put me in that pitch and I got more energy than Fabinho. And yo, am I wrong? Am I nasty? Am I cruel? Am I a bully to say Fabinho is so washed? It's unreal.
Nah, you were right. I was like at the beginning. Like,
I mean, that performance was stinky.
Grizz,
but
I have told you that Fabinho is not 29.
He's not 29.
And I don't say it for comedy, man. I know what I'm saying. That dude ain't 29.
He ain't 29.
Fake age in South America.
27.
I didn't know this.
Right? Keita is not 27. Fabinho is not 29. They are playing their age. That's it. Hey, Zubairi, whilst we're at it, discard that white shirt. Is bad luck, man.
Yeah.
I won't rip it off. No. Look, listen.
That kit is terrible. Are we talking about
you the Maggie Cube shirt. I'll send you the
Listen.
Maggie Cube shirt if you want it. Find a way to just let me know your
Listen,
size.
I have other kits. I have other
Let me
kits.
know. Let me know
Listen.
your size. I'll send you the yellow one. I call it the Maggie Cube kit. I'll send it to you.
Listen.
Yo, shout out this.
I'm
super
a
chat, man.
large,
You
by
big
the way.
man.
I'm a large,
You
by the
host,
way.
man.
But listen,
I'll send it to you.
let me say something, because I know I got the kid on, but I also feel like Bilal, me at the top, and then we got Zubiri calling in drinking tea, and Zubiri's fuming.
I'm Zuberi.
Zubiri ain't having it.
Man, listen,
Zubiri ain't having it.
we
Zubiri
have
drinking
some-
his tea
we
right now.
I know how you feel now.
Let me say something for you
You
guys.
know me. You know I know how Albert feels. Tell me I'm not the Asian Albert. Am I the Pakistani Albert? I want people smash up these likes for the Pakistani
Grizz.
Uncle Albert.
That's a
Grizz.
good one.
Welcome to the Zubiri energy. It's strong in you, my friend.
Look, let me say something for Arsenal and Manchester United. You guys realized a problem. Arsenal, so you went and got Jorginho. When Arsenal went to get Jorginho, people were chatting rubbish. Oh, Jorginho this. And I said, look, Jorginho is a good player. Because Jorginho is the kind of midfielder who can let the whole game play at his pace. You can call him slow, but he'll slow everybody down to play at his pace. That's a good player. When Manchester United went to get Casemiro, we were already killing them, that they got Real Madrid leftovers. Casemiro has changed their team. What did we do? We got Artamelo. Should I go on?
No.
Today, Artamelo played in the under-21 team when we needed a good midfielder to play in the team. See, there's something wrong. And like I always say, I have this disposition. When something is coming, I'm afraid. When it comes, I'm cool. Like, it's already here. So, let's have some conversations. What do we do with Trent?
Oh, it's a serious conversation. It's a serious conversation.
I'm not one of the people who say Trent should be sold or removed from the team. He has too much talent for that. But why aren't we harnessing that talent in a way that benefits the team? I'm not a coach. I'm a retired engineer. But let me just ask a question. Why can't we play 3-back to accommodate Trent's affinity to bomb down the lines, both he and Robbo? Because another secret we are not talking about, Robertson is shit. He played like shit today. Jordan Ayew was getting the better of Robertson.
Not that much.
Ayew's a criminal himself.
He's a criminal himself.
Yeah,
he's a criminal.
Well, but anyway, let me go back to Trent.
There was far worse players than Robertson.
I agree. But why are you laughing? We move, Grizz. You've watched football for a long time. Zuberi, you've watched Bilal. You guys have watched. Do you guys think we can use Trent in a midfield role?
This is the big question, man. I don't know, man. I can't see him there. He ain't got the. To me, he hasn't got the desire, the energy, the what's the word I'm looking for? There's one word I had in my head when I was driving back. It's so funny because I had the one word that what he hasn't got to play in midfield, because I was in a group WhatsApp and they were asking the same question. It's time to put him in midfield. And I said, he hasn't got but my mind's gone blank. But you get my point.
Awareness. It doesn't have awareness for it.
It's more. He hasn't got
If in a perfect world, right, we had someone like Trippier or Reece James playing behind him.
Oh, my brother. Oh, he's there.
He's back.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Don't you think it would have been possible if we had a Reece James playing behind him? Given that Klopp will not change his system, he'll play a 4-3-3.
You mean in the right side of midfield, like as a right winger, as a Beckham, maybe Beckham-esque.
Yeah.
But then you have to change Salah. Are we going to change formation? I get it, and I would try it
because Grizz, the man is going to continue to cost us goals. Today, if Zaha played, we would have been beaten.
He hasn't got the intensity in his game to play in midfield. I would hate it personally.
But then, if he doesn't have the intensity to play in midfield, then playing him at fullback is even worse. Because he keeps creating problems for Alisson. And his back four, he keeps creating problems.
I think, okay, I think it's a time. Nah, man, I'm gonna sound like a host again, man. Get me
Listen, listen with the Trent thing.
I think it's a matter of coaching. I think he needs to start getting coached now properly. This is the phase of his career when it's gonna be Klopp either turns him into.
I said, Zib, before you go, I said I'm pretty out here. I said it might be better for Trent to think about leaving Liverpool just to get a different view.
Bilal, you go and wash that mouth. Bilal, you go and wash that mouth.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just said it.
What is good for Trent is he needs another manager. He's fallen down the Dele alley, because that's an alley you don't want to be in. And he's fallen down the Rashford alley. What Trent needs is a new manager with new ideas to show him new pieces in his game. 2 years ago, we're saying Rashford was dead. Under a new manager, he's looking like a completely new player.
Dude, what you're saying is worse than me, by the way. No, I'm saying Trent.
Bilal, you go wash your mouth.
You're saying Klopp out. You're
saying Klopp out. Bilal, you go wash your mouth out. Bilal, relax. Calma. Trent needs new ideas, new way of moving and running. Because if a guy like Thiago can come here under a new manager and say, he's taught me how to run, surely there's another manager out there that can show Trent different ways of being a right back. Trent only knows ganglion press, running forward, and spamming crosses. That's all he knows as a right back. He needs new ideas on how to do that position.
Yes.
Chris, you telling me?
No, I agree with your last sentence. I just agree with your agenda. Disagree with your agenda.
The agenda is, the agenda is.
I know it's going to run. I hear that. No.
We're saying Klopp and Trent need a divorce, and I gave you one way, and Dube gave you another.
Give me another way. Yeah. I'm in the middle. I'm saying I agree with Zubair that he does need a new game, or a variety in his game, or a different. But I don't want it to be under a different coach. I want Pep Linders and Jurgen Klopp to coach him for the remainder of this season and this next summer preseason, and Trent next season has to show me something different. Otherwise, he's going to be known as the wonder kid that was amazing going forward, but never got rid of that deficiency in his game, which didn't make him elite of elites. I think that's fair. If you guys want to run agendas, that's up to you guys, but that's the way I look at it. I think in the next season or two, will be decided if Trent goes into the echelons of the elite fullbacks of the Premier League, 100%. As in terms of one of the best attacking, statistically attacking output numbers wise.
But what do you think of that? Yeah, because Bilal is one way, I'm the other, Grizz is in the middle. Albert,
let me throw something at you guys. Well, I don't want him to leave Liverpool. I don't want that. But before Nat Klein got injured, Trent was a midfielder. It was Klopp who changed his position, converted his position. Now, let me take a few of the top fullbacks in the league. Kyle Walker, Trippier, and my boy Reece James. I am unashamedly a Reece James fan. They go forward, they bomb forward. They come back to defend. Trent's problem is he doesn't want to come back to defend. That's the problem. So he leaves the people that he shares that back line with exposed. So if it's not Konate who's playing, who can quickly run and close that space, we always have problems. That's the question I'm asking. And if you guys recall, the England coach has also said as much, that he feels that Trent will be better as a midfielder, at least for the England setup.
Yeah, but every coach has a different setup, innit? We accept.
I agree. But Grizz, you will agree with me that there are two sides to football.
Of course.
You need to defend and you need to attack. If you are attacking, you are trying to score. If you are defending, you are trying to prevent a goal from being scored. So if you have a primary responsibility of being a defender and you are always caught napping at the back, that's a problem. See, it doesn't matter what Salah does. And that was what was shown to us on Tuesday. Salah and Nunes can work their magic in 20 minutes. And Trent can give it away in 2 seconds. The goal that Vinicius scored, he should have been challenged. Even at the risk of a penalty, he should have been challenged. The old boot goes in, there's a clang. He can't play again for the rest of the game. Right? That's what good defenders do. That is what there was this England defender, this fullback, black guy, Glenn Johnson.
He was a bozo as well, you know.
Well, but he was a pretty good defender.
No, I'm not going there. Bozo G.
See, Kyle Walker, right? I'm giving you see, a fullback is primarily a fullback. Grizz, if my job...
I hear that. I hear that. No. I'm a caller today, so I'm allowed to butt in and whatnot. I ain't here.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Unless the host cut me out, you know what I mean? I'm going to butt in. Oh, no, I think you're just going down too much the Trent slander route now. Trent has deficiencies in his game. It's up to the coach and the coaches to utilize his talents.
But I've already made my position clear that I don't want him removed.
Yeah, but then what do you want him to do? You're gunning him the rest of his game. Then what do you want him to do at Liverpool then?
I would
like him.
You're saying he's shit at defending. He's nothing. He's nothing. But I don't want him sold. Why do you want shit players at your club?
Grizz, I want to see him move forward, and I want a fullback behind him.
He ain't got that. He ain't got that in his game in a club system.
Why do you say that?
System. I don't think he's. I don't think we're going to change
the system. So it's the system. It's not the player now.
He's got amazing natural. You know, when I was talking back about the natural ability to kick a ball, and you know, I said some amongst us used to know how to strike a ball cleanly. Mm-hmm. Trent was one of those guys that didn't need to lift up the ball and kick it like that. Trent was one of them guys.
Trent is the best playmaker in the league.
Right? But okay.
The best play.
Oh, but I'm going to come back with you.
No, he's not.
He does. No, he's not.
No, hold on.
No, you hold on. You hold on.
Unreal.
You hold on. No, he's not. He's not the best playmaker in the league. He's the best playmaking fullback in the league. There's a massive, huge difference. Odegaard is the best playmaker in the league.
Okay, we are saying the same thing.
Is the best playmaker in the league. Welcome, Daz, man. Welcome to the wildfire. We're on wildfire tonight. But you know what I'm saying? Trent is the best creative fullback in the league. There's a huge
that's what I was trying to say. So it's just semantics, okay? There's just semantics. I mean, I won't compare him to Odegaard because he doesn't even play in that place. So that's not what I was trying to say. I'm talking about being a creative fullback, pinging those balls from where he pings them, putting it on the foot of those people he puts it on the foot of, the crosses from the side. That's why I'm saying that before Nat Klein got the ACL or whatever it is he got, Trent was a fullback. Sorry, he was a midfielder. So is there something there that we can use so that we can make use of his, so that we can make use of his good side rather than exposing his deficiencies, because his deficiencies will continue costing us. Grizz, if you are an opposing coach, all that you will tell your players is focus on Trent. And the opposing coaches do that all the time.
Load up. Exactly.
Yo, all right. Hold on a second. And I'll let you guys ramble on for a minute. Daz, welcome. Sorry. I'll let you go in a second, Daz. But I just want to end this Trent thing real quick, nip it in the butt. Grizz, you disagree with the new coach agenda. I don't want people to think it's a clop-out agenda. It's like new ideas is needed. And if the current guy is unable to bring new ideas, ultimately a new guy will bring new ideas. That rests that argument. Albert, Trent at right back and Trent versus midfield, I hear what you're saying. Me personally,
three at the back solve Trent's issue because now we have a right
Yeah,
side center back.
exactly
But-
the point.
But what I'm trying to say to you is it's not going to happen with Klopp. And I think, Albert, you and I understand it's not going to happen with Klopp. Grizz, I don't know how you feel about that, but three at the back, Trent in the David Beckham position, probably be better for him.
I'm ready to see that, and I'm ready to open my mind to think
I know
that
you
could
are,
work,
but we're
and I
not gonna see
appreciate
it.
that. But we're not going to see it. But I also want to defend the coach because he has developed his position. Now we're looking for the next transition. So he tried to make him. So last season he played him as an inverted fullback, and we nearly won the fucking damn world. We won the world last season nearly. This season he's been exposed, but so has so many other branches of this team, so many other players of this team. We are atrocious. Not only Trent. So therefore, I'm looking and I'm ready to give the coach another regrouping session and season to see if he can come back with something different like he did last season, and it nearly paid big dividends. That's what
And
I'm
I'll
saying.
back you on that. I'll back you on that. And thank you for defending Trent because it's
I
my
think
guy
we are
as
all
well.
agreed that that needs to happen. I think we
Yes.
What I
agree
want
that
to
that
want to
needs
tell
happen.
both of you guys: hold your criticism and hold your expectation. Just rein it in, last order a bit until the midfield is fixed, because that's the real issue.
Fair play, sir. I'm
Now that
actually
I've said the
focused on
midfield is the real issue,
Yeah,
welcome,
yeah.
Des. How you been? my
Yeah.
friend? Hope you been better.
How you doing, guys? Good to see you. Albert, are you the guy that I listen to every morning when I on Talk Sport? Where you phone
Me?
up Kunde? Yeah.
No,
Are you that Albert? No, okay. I thought you
No.
were that guy. Anyway.
I live in Orlando, Florida. It couldn't be me.
Oh, well, no, I thought it was you because the guy makes the same
points, arguments.
Yes.
No, it couldn't be me.
Anyway, sorry. So what I wanted to point out tonight was the Manchester United fans. What the was that all about? Did you watch that, Grizz? Did you watch?
No, let me explain that. Let me explain that.
Only bits.
Let me explain that. So, maybe I have the wrong picture, but this is a community where it's not just about Liverpool fans.
100.
Anyone can call in,
Yeah.
and every now and then we do send shots that way. When they talk big, they lose and they run. We did not expect us to be in this position
100.
where they would have a lot of ammunition. Shout out to them for coming back and showing their face. We probably won't see them if they lose tomorrow and Karius get man of the match. So for everyone watching, didn't like it because of that, we do apologize, but it's trying to be consistent with what we say. We're real football fans here. This is an honest channel. So
it was fun. It was fun. It was absolute fun. I loved watching it, just seeing their smiles and their faces and like, oh, how happy they are. And they're like, oh, look how good we are right now. And I'm like, did you just see the last 5 years? Did you? And now they're all smiles. And
they've not forgotten.
You know what? Yeah, but I like Zuberi's the way he explained it, because I was fuming as well, and I was thinking, yo, man, you know what I mean? Majority of the Liverpool people in my chat must have unsubscribed by now, right? My channel, right? But when Zuberi explained it, he smashed it, because it's all about the Saturday show is about the community. We're not Liverpool show on Saturdays. Saturdays is the call-in show. Bilal is the host. You understand? We get other people's opinions, and you know what? They're thirsty, like Zuberi says. And what Zuberi was trying to get out of them was, look how you hyping up, as Albert says, an irrelevant trophy now, and you're making it relevant now. Look how you're hyping up. Look how you've just forgotten the last 5 years where we've been, along with City, dominating football. I'm not saying in trophy-wise, but winning every trophy-wise. Look how you've forgotten everything conveniently. And you still haven't won. And by the way, they still haven't won anything. So, God willing,
apart
tomorrow,
from that European Cup,
carry us.
Well, not the
my
European
guy,
Cup.
carry us. Wow, this story could be big. Sorry, I think you got a couple of super chats to read.
Yeah, let me just read this. So this is from Junior. It says, "Big up Grizz and Khanage community, United fan, but huge fan from Big Six, brother. Love." We've got Martin here. He says something for his sorrows from an Arsenal fan. So yeah, From me as well, I'll give you some of that as well. I endorse that super chat there. And TBG says here, Trent does not have the discipline to play in midfield. So, yeah, I think all the points that we've touched on.
I'm just reading a comment there. Grizz can't grasp that even if we won quad last year, we still played crap.
I mean, I'm speechless.
Now, I'll pick this up, Grizz, because people need to put respect on this, man. Listen.
Yeah, I'm speechless with this.
We did something unprecedented last year.
I don't even know what to say to this.
And from that, I said to Grizz, we have troubles ahead because we didn't address them in the summer. And Grizz was like, nah, we're fine. Other people said, nah, we're fine. Not everyone can see the future. I'm not telling you I know all the answers of tomorrow. But what I am saying is, man, look, no one in the world could have predicted this after what we did last season. We're talking about Jota going down injured. Bobby Firmino has one of his best starts in a Liverpool shirt ever. And he was touted to be one of the most dangerous of a front three. And that was his best start. He went down. Luis Diaz came in January.
He was firing up, you know, in the Arsenal game.
We didn't even need Mane left wing anymore. We didn't even need Mane. And he went down. VVD went down. Konate went down. I'm not blaming injuries. I'm just saying the manager said we're good in midfield. And by the end of the window, Henderson, Naby, Ox, a lot of these men weren't available. He's scrambling. We got an Arthur. Arthur came in like 15 minutes in one game. He went down. Haven't been back since. What I'm trying to say to you is no one could have predicted this. Who needed to improve on the midfield?
Is there something in the training course in that?
We can speculate and assume, Albert, and I'm really opposed to speculating and assuming. My agenda is business. And in business, you have acquire an asset and exit strategy. We're so used to our best players leaving, we want to keep our best players now. Sometimes we just have to stick to what works. Sometimes it's best to just let them go, bring that value in, and rotate, rolling over assets versus holding on to assets. Because assets do deteriorate. I have a car, I have the car for 10 years. It costs me more to fix my current car than my car is worth. This is grown people talk. Big man thing, big woman thing talk now. I have my car when it first came out in 2010. It's 2023. It's 13 years old. It costs more to fix that car than it's worth. I'm still fixing it. You know why? I'm not saying I'm FSG, but I don't want to go buy the new Wrangler for 54 grand. I really like it. I want it. But at this point, I'm stuck between paying 3 grand to fix this car, and it's not even worth $1,000. So that's what Liverpool is.
Is your car Mo Salah, though? You know what I mean? If you want to keep it going.
Listen, it is Mo Salah S. Some backseat memories in that. You know what I'm saying? That's for a different day, but it had its moments, is what I'm trying to say. It's time to let it go. It's time to move on. And that's where we are as Liverpool. Grizz is just saying, please don't put the manager in there. Me, I'm like, I don't care who it is, as long as they're not moving the club on. I don't care who goes.
No, I'm ready. No, I'm ready to grow with that. But what I'm saying is I'm not gonna give up on my car, so to speak, just because it's giving me first time. Like for the first time I have to take it to the garage, I'm not about to give up on it. If it's giving me that much service and I love it that much, you got a little problem? Okay, let me go and take you to the garage, get a little service, and you're good to go again. If you keep breaking down on me, I'm gonna get a new car. That's what I'm saying with Klopp. So I think I want to use that analogy on you and see how you feel, because you love that car. You got memories with that car.
Memories.
That's your car. You see where I'm going with this. So you're not going to give up on that car just because it's giving you a little, okay, just like a little engine light on, but it's a minor engine light for now. If that engine light keeps coming back on with different issues and problems,
this sums it up.
No.
It's very reliable, bro. Be careful. Be careful driving that one.
It's very reliable.
There's a little twist to your argument. If your car is a vintage car that is not a depreciating asset, you will not be going to sell it simply because you have to spend money on it. If you had an E-Type 1962 E-type Jaguar, you will be repairing it because you have to repair it to maintain the value. So there's a little twist to that. I don't believe that a player like Salah should be sold because in the end it costs us more because we've sold him than what we're going to get out of it. I've heard the talk about selling Salah and going to get this guy, what's his name? The guy who he plays for this German team. The one that Xabi Alonso coaches. What's the guy's name?
Real Sociedad by Leverkusen, Diaby, Musa Diaby.
Musa Diaby. They are not the same players. Not even close. So if you sold Salah and got Musa Diaby, you will find out that the goals will dry up, and it will dry up in a really bad way. So I think that there's also room to have a player like Salah play for Liverpool and retire, like Karim Benzema is about to do, like Modric is about to do. Those players do exist, okay? But in the main, I agree with you that some of the players need to go at an optimum time that we can get the needed resources for them to replace them. Sir Alex Ferguson had a principle where he sold his best players at their peak time, but he always had somebody who was going to come and replace them, and he had the right person. We don't. He sold Jaap Stam at a time when nobody thought he could sell him. He did the same thing to
but that was an ability, Albert, man. Today I'm a caller with you, so I'm about to call you out. No, you're not giving facts here. You're just speculating now. Stam was sold from a personal point of view because he clashed with him. Klopp is too good of a man manager to clash with people. That's a deficiency, in Ferguson. I agree. No. I can't let you finish. I can't let you finish with when you're not saying facts.
Go ahead.
When it's lies. That's a lie. Ferguson sold Stam because there's a disciplinary issue because Stam brought out a book. So I agree with the overall notion that Ferguson knew when to drop players, when to move on players, but you can't be using fake news.
No, but hold on.
Albert, Klopp got rid of Saka, didn't he?
Saka,
Balotelli,
exactly.
So many.
I was going there, Grizz. If you'd allow me, you see, I had several players I was going to talk about. So I was talking about the principle and not just individuals. He got rid of Beckham. He got rid of Van Nistelrooy. He got rid of Van Persie at certain times when you would think he wouldn't. I am not in favor of getting rid of Mo Salah. I think I want to see him retire at Liverpool because I think he has a lot more to give.
But that's contradictory to your overall sentiment about Liverpool and players. It doesn't make sense to me. You're contradicting your overall point. Do you guys get what I'm saying? He's saying, I don't want it to be. Now he's saying, I want Salah to retire at Liverpool.
Yeah, Grizz.
I don't want
Grizz,
Salah to
I'll agree with you. So here's the thing, Albert.
I don't want Salah to retire at Liverpool. I want Salah to play at the best of his ability. When he's can't, I want him gone.
Here's the thing, Albert. You see what Grizz just said? I'm in between you and Grizz because Grizz want to wait till he can play at his ability. I might get rid of him at his peak. I don't care when you get rid of him.
Yeah.
Don't let no one retire here. No one should retire here. You know why? I'll tell you why. This is my agenda. If Steven Gerrard didn't retire here, there's no Liverpool play on. In this current
Steven
team
Gerrard
deserves to retire.
How much more did he play
I'm
after
there,
he left?
Perry. I'm feeling that.
Bro, he came to LA Galaxy, bro, and he was still doing the business. I had to go pay watch him.
Let me go again.
MLS.
Let me go again. I said there was a twist to your car argument. If the car is a vintage car and it's not a depreciating asset. Okay,
so
I said
Salah
there was a
is
twist.
depreciated, but Salah is depreciated. He's not putting up Salah numbers, so he's depreciated.
How many goals has he scored this year?
In the league, 8.
No, not the league. It's his total.
I don't care about the total. It's 8 in 22. That's not good. That's not Salah numbers.
Don't you think the Champions League goals also make?
No.
But what I'm trying to say to you is,
but what I'm saying to you is, you're only putting that goal in there to make up the deficiency. That's like me saying my car is leaking oil, but if every time I drive it, I put oil in there, it's okay. You're covering the deficiency. 8 in 22 isn't good. There's no way to spin that.
If it's a 1965 Ferrari, yeah.
Bro, and that
if it's a Bronco, I get it. I'm saying I get your principle, but there is a twist. I'm not saying anything you're not saying. I'm agreeing with what you're saying in principle. I'm saying that there are exceptions to the rule. everything is not black or white. That's
It's
how
not.
I've
It's
al-
not. It's not. I will agree with that.
Yeah,
It's not.
that's
But what
all.
I'm saying is the
Grizz,
drop
that's all
off
I'm
from
saying.
Salah. Think about
I'm
this,
not
Albert.
disagreeing with the principle
But
because
the drop
we
off
are
is there,
also
Albert.
because we are also keeping certain players we shouldn't keep. I don't think Henderson's contract should have been renewed, but that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. Right?
I don't think it should have been extended to what it was.
The length.
Yeah, the length.
100%.
And I think that's the whole conversation about why Edwards left, right? And then actually, I heard somebody say earlier about Edwards was more important than Klopp, and that made me laugh.
What did they say?
Somebody earlier on, I don't know if it was on this or something. Somebody
Might have been Zub who said that.
Hey,
guilty, bro.
What did they say, Bill?
I'll ask a question. Let me ask a question. I'm a grown man. No one needs to speak for me.
Okay.
Grizz, behind the scenes, I talk to my peoples, the Avengers, we assemble, right? And I said, if you had a choice when Edwards was walking out the door, would you have keep Edwards over Klopp or Klopp over Edwards? That's the question I posed. I'll ask both of you. I'll ask all three of you, Liverpool fan on the screen right now.
Okay, I hear that.
Who would you guys
Oh,
keep?
come on, Grizz. No.
No. I hear
Come on,
that.
lads. Last question. We're going to wrap up
Okay,
soon. So,
okay.
yeah.
That's the topic. Edwards or Klopp? Who would you have kept?
I hear you, but I disagree with you. I don't even know your opinion. The question.
Yeah, no, just answer the question.
I beg your pardon. Yeah, I hear you. I'm keeping Klopp.
Albert?
If I said I'm keeping Edwards, it will be after the fact knowledge. I'm keeping Klopp, but there's a but. So that Liverpool machine has many parts. Those parts must be working seamlessly.
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling that our manager has been venturing into areas he shouldn't venture, but it's after the fact knowledge. So if you asked me before I know what I know now, I would say you keep the manager because he's the face of the operation.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's what you said.
Of course, you keep the manager. You have a person who may have information about football, but we're all intelligent people. I believe Grizz could be, and you, Zabiri, could be as good as Michael Edwards. So I'll keep Klopp.
What do you mean? Did you say I can get the job?
What I mean?
I'll send my resume. You know, I'll send it. Yeah.
It's paid
business
millions.
acumen. It's just business, right? Aren't we all intelligent in different ways, right? I feel like that guy may have just got lucky. Klopp is a legend.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like that can be studied. Yeah. So what I think, unless I'm wrong, Daz, tell me straight. I think what Daz is suggesting is Michael Edwards is a nerd. And to be a nerd, you just need to study a lot and read a lot and learn a lot. Whereas coaching, where a manager is a combination of having the aura, man management skills, timing, knowing football, tactically, it's a combination of things. Whereas nerds can be nerded.
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm a nerd. I don't like that.
Actually, I was gonna say. Now you said that, I feel a bit bad, but like,
I feel a bit bad as well. But I'm a cooler today.
Because I'm a nerd and I'm very big with numbers and I do analytic stuff in my career as well. That's why I can predict certain things and see patterns. You're right. I probably could do the Edwards thing because it's just numbers at the end of the day.
Exactly. Really you could do players. The Edwards thing. Exactly. I've just said Zabiri could do the Edwards
thing.
Well,
that's right then. His point is right.
You couldn't do the Jurgen Klopp thing.
But you couldn't.
Julian Ward tried. Was he succeeding?
Who?
We don't know.
Yeah, he was.
Julian Ward.
Well, his last.
It's not easy. It's not as easy as it seems. That's what
I heard from someone, in an unrelated conversation, that Klopp has been frustrated about the way Gini and Mane were treated because he wanted basically the organization to keep them, to find a way of keeping them.
No. That's totally false. That's totally false. That doesn't make sense.
What's your source?
Exactly. No. I'm the source, and that's false. Again, that's fake news and false news. So here's the thing. Frustrated with many aspects, but definitely not with things like when someone wants to leave the club and refuses to sign a contract. So Sadio Mane didn't want to stay. Gini Wijnaldum essentially didn't want to stay. My issue with Klopp is the people that want to stay, and he's at the moment, guys, hear me out. At the moment, he's unable to get rid of. So that's my issue with Klopp. But that issue, what Albert is assuming or suggesting, is totally false. So if someone wants to stay, he has to be cold and ruthless, say, I love you, you're my legend, you've done bits for me, but you're not ready now.
But Grizz, for those two, it was over money and length of contract.
That's what
came to a head.
No, it doesn't matter. No. Statistically, analytically, yeah, Gini Wijnaldum was on the wane. Whether we like it or whether it's been injury or it's unfortunate, they've been proved right. Because Gini's gone and will never be Gini Wijnaldum again. I hope he comes back and plays football, but he will never be the Gini Wijnaldum that we witnessed. Same with Sadio Mane. We can talk about Sadio Mane's last season and the last 3-4 months until the cows come home, but we know really as Liverpool fans that his performances waned big time. Same with, but my argument and his argument, the argument from the conspiracy theorists, which is the heaviest and has the most evidence, in my opinion, is the one about Milner and Henderson. Because Milner and Henderson's analytic team didn't want to extend as well. But Jurgen Klopp stepped in and said, no, I want them to stay. And that was a Jurgen Klopp error, in my humble opinion, because that was sentiment over trusting the Edwards people. And they've been proved right again, because Henderson's performance since that have fallen off a cliff. You see where I'm going with this? So there is mistakes, but there's a lot of false information out there as well. There is mistakes from Jurgen Klopp. I'm just telling you, Milner and Henderson extensions are a mistake, especially Milner and especially the length of Henderson's contract. But people that want to leave, I ain't got time for people that want to leave. If people want to leave, you leave. But people that want to stay, but you're not good enough, I got a problem with keeping them.
The freeloaders, that's what we're calling them. They're just staying on for the ride.
Freeloaders.
That's what we're saying, yeah.
What's your opinion on the Curtis Jones extension?
Say again?
What's your opinion on the Curtis Jones extension?
I think that that just makes
the new
sense
contract that was given him.
Yeah, I think that just makes that's a business
Makes
call.
sense.
Yeah, it retains his value. He can still be sold anytime, and we'll get maximum value for him. And he's on 20 grand, which is, to us, it's a life changer. 20 grand a week, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a business decision. So there's some decisions. You got to remember, some decisions in a big institution are business decisions, and some decisions have to be made. Some calls. Not everything has to be a technical football decision, which I'm okay with. Our operational side, I'm okay with.
Yeah, 100%.
And talking about that, Grizz, you know, we talk about like the finances in football and everything. Ultimately, back in when it's the 90s, when I was young and whatnot, I didn't give a shit who was owning my football club. I just wanted to watch the football on the pitch. I just wanted to watch the players. I wanted to watch John Barnes, Ronnie Whelan, Peter Beardsley, Ronnie Rose, and so I wanted to watch the play. I don't give a shit who owned the club. Why is it so important now that we care that
games changed?
These people who
I don't
owns
know.
the club?
I think Zuberi might. I don't think Zuberi might have an answer to that. It's a good question, probably for another show, because I'm about to duck, guys. I don't know about you guys.
I'm getting a little saucy, man.
But that's a question.
Yeah,
it's the times and the seasons. Things evolve. We want to know more. Social media, we are more actively involved. There's more money. More science. Yeah. So,
inquisitive. The human race is becoming more and more inquisitive, right?
That's a good point. That's a good way to put it, because that's something I actually did I was gonna be creating this show called Inquisitive Show where we kind of get into this because Grizz, I ask you about, should the manager be telling us more? And you're a traditional football fan yourself. You're like, nah, it's these little tactics manager do. They're not as transparent. They won't tell all the secret stuff like that. But then Linders went against the mold and dropped a book. So I think we're in this weird era with social media and people being more in tuned and want to know more. It's really hard to keep the cards to your chest. So a lot of us that's left in limbo, we have to pick the slack up amongst each other on like YouTube and all these other spaces and do all these other shows just to cover that slack. But that's the era we're in now. This is the new age of football. Yeah, it's a new age of football. But I don't think the manager is caught on yet. So maybe your Artetas, your Ten Hag, and the Newcastle guy, maybe the newer breed of manager would now know how to navigate while giving the fans what they want, but keeping the opposition guessing. Maybe they'll figure that out. But this is a new era of football, man, where information is at our fingertips.
I hear you.
It's an absolute shame because Klopp says he absolutely hates press conferences. Absolutely hates them. I have to sit here, talk to you, and tell you things, and you're going to make a story out of it. Why? Why does he have to do that? Why does anybody know?
But because the sponsors demand it.
No. The sponsors demand a press conference because of the money behind it. But exactly. I think this is my opinion. I think Klopp talks too much in press conferences. He don't need to talk too much.
For sure he does. Yeah.
I think he needs to take a leaf out of Pep's book where he don't speak. And Pep's often called rude. He just gives like stupid one-word answers. But fuck him.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't be Jurgen Klopp, would it?
But this is the balance. But what happens, Daz? If that side, it's glorified when you're doing well, but when you're not doing well, it's magnified. You see the difference between glorified and magnified.
Exactly.
He talks too much. He talks too much.
Yeah, but then so do me and you, Albert. Me and you talk too much as well. Me and you talk too much.
Well, but we are not paid £15 million to manage Liverpool.
I know, so that's why we need to stay in our lane sometimes as well.
I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that he talks too much and then he doesn't like what comes back. When you talk too much to media men, something will come back.
I agree with that as well.
Because that's what they are paid to do as well.
Would you not like it? Of course you're going to have a go at people where if they're going, you're shit, aren't you? Well,
Alex,
yeah,
people forget Alex Ferguson was the nastiest in press conferences.
Rafa did the best thing ever. Yeah. Rafa facts.
People forget. But, Mourinho was
another person who's really good with his press conferences is Arteta. He's very good with press conferences.
Albert, so far, you see, this is what happens. When you're doing well, you look like a genius in press conference. Everything you say, people say, yo, say that again. Because he's good. When Klopp was doing well, everyone was like, yo, this German knows his shit. And that's the way of the wicked world.
To be fair to Arteta, I think honestly he did well for a young manager when he was getting a lot of.
Yeah, he did well because the secret is not to answer too many questions with too many sentences. That's the secret. Just 100%. Don't answer.
But Klopp's personality isn't like that. That's the thing. He's Klopp, so he's gonna talk.
Yeah, he talks. He talks.
Yeah, that's why people love Jurgen Klopp because of the energy he has.
Grizz, Albert, we like to talk. We will talk. We'll talk our asses off till we get into trouble.
Guys, I'm gonna duck. I don't know if you guys want to wrap up. 3 hours,
guys.
Time.
Yeah,
you got super chat. You got super chat as well.
Yeah, we'll do all the super chats and stuff. Albert and Daz,
welcome back from the dross. Get some good sleep. And
I don't know if I'm gonna sleep, Albert. Man, I struggle on nights like this, man. After Madrid. After Madrid, I struggled. And because I didn't have enough sleep, I started hurting my neck and my shoulders because I just stayed awake. And today I stood in the cold supporting my team because I didn't want to because I'm able and I'm blessed and humbled to be able to go and watch them in live. I tried to take the opportunity to do that. And the people that are around the world that don't have the opportunity. In fact, today I met a subscriber from my channel who flew over from India, who messaged me, massive fan of the show. Shout out Sakil, who met me at the ground and said he's a massive fan of the channel, loves our show. He flew from India to watch the game. We met, took pictures, we had a drink, and I absolutely respect and appreciate the worldwide fan base that Liverpool has. And some people, I done a tweet a few weeks ago and people took it wrong when I was talking about real life fans or online fans. People didn't understand that tweet, what I meant by that. But I'll explain it in another show if needs be. But I will never disrespect the international fan. In fact, you lot all, apart from me and Bill, you lot are international brothers.
I hope
You
you don't
understand?
mind me jumping in here.
You know,
I-
spare a thought for those of us who have to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I already spoke about that earlier, Albert. I spoke about the people that have to wake up at crazy hours, commitments, family, children, 3 a.m. in Thailand, 4 a.m. in USA, you know what I mean, Canada, all of these people. But listen, I'm a duck, guys. I don't know, Bilal, if you want to close that. Zubair,
Nazin, Albert, any like last
no last. No, out of here, man. We gotta go. Take.
I
mean,
I'm
inexperienced.
Get them to say goodbye.
It's a sentence.
You're inexperienced. Zubairi, step up.
Listen, man.
To control Zoom, man. Come on, sweep up.
Listen, bro, we'll wrap it there. You guys have a good night. Albert, appreciate you calling in. Daz, as always, take care of yourself. Grizz, thank you for joining us. I know it's been hectic. I'm glad you finally got warm.
Daz,
look after yourself, my friend. People in the comments, look after yourself. Bilal,
I think he's got a couple of super.
Yeah, anyone in the studio as well. We're wrapping up, so yeah, we're not going to take any more callers. We're literally wrapping up right now, so phone next week, and hopefully we'll be able to get you on. Let me just read a few of the things that we've got left here. So, boom. KD says here, only just joined. As I'm always an optimist, 7 out of 9 points and 3 clean sheets in the last 3 Premier League games.
Yes!
We go again. Tell them.
I'm going again. I'm going to be at Anfield next week, Man United. I'm going to be front line. You
need to pick up form because, listen, I swear Liverpool hit Man United 5-0 at Old Trafford. I'm pretty sure I saw that happen. I'm pretty sure I saw that. So if I remember, they were 5-0. Ollie's at the wheel.
5-0.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, okay. If I remember, they remember. That's what I'm going to say. Let me read this one comment here by Reedy, who put in a comment here. Said, evening, guys. Not the best with the result. Good game, Bilal, but please say you agree with the cheating. Jorginho went down 3 times in the last 10 minutes. Other players too. Time wasting to win games is poor. I would say, Reedy, last 10, 15 minutes, the Leicester players were just trying to batter us. Jorginho needed paracetamol. Xhaka was getting kicked up all over the pitch. In my eyes, we won 4-0 today, right? I don't know if you guys saw the game, right? Trossard scored a banger. They tried to say they've disallowed it VAR again, doing VAR stuff. Saka wrestled, rugby tackle down in the penalty box, not a penalty. I've got Alan Shearer screaming, saying that was a penalty. Dermot Gallagher, I think referee saying that's a penalty. That's 2-0 there. Martinelli scores, of course, that's the third. And then Saka scores, right? And then, you know, when they called it offside, you know how they normally do lines? Have you seen Man United games when Rashford is through on goal, but he's offside, but they're doing lines to make it look like man's onside? No lines today. Where's the lines? FA, Premier League, all of you guys, VAR, where are the lines for the offside? I want to know. So for me, we won 4-0 today.
And talking about time wasting.
I'm not happy with the 1-0. I'm not happy. Do you see Man City today? 4-1. They're getting the goal difference up. These referees, they're stealing my goals, bro.
Zoobs, he's the hostess with the mostest today. We have to listen to this, man. He's going to end it his way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're going to have to end it his way. I want to apologize to Reedy because he's a Leicester fan and I rate him. Reedy, I was on your side, but I was not having it. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm not having it. We won 4-0. I really didn't win 1-0. So that's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, guys, anything else you want to add to the end of the show? It's been a mad
Thank you very much.
Tomorrow is going to be crazy as well. But yeah, if you haven't hit the like button already, guys, hit the like button. subscribe. We're already obviously over 25k, but let's keep pushing, man. 30k soon. Inshallah, we'll get that done as well. So yeah, big up everyone and peace.